Welcome back to your Emotional Support Wrestling with Maj and Emmy. I'm your host, Maj, and this is my co-host, Emmy.
Hello.
Sometimes you need emotional support for your emotional support combat sport, and that's where we've got you covered. And today we have a special guest with us here, the host of the podcast Slams Film Festival and fellow Tumblr Arena and wrestling fan, Vaughn.
Hi, welcome to the Slams Film Festival, a podcast where one girl foolishly tries to watch every single movie made by the WWE studios in order of release. Wait, I'm in the wrong place, aren't I?
The wrong
Oh, my
place.
bad. Sorry. Hi.
You're not in
Hi,
Kansas
Vaughn.
anymore.
That might be the clearest I've ever said that.
Yeah,
I've
honestly,
always messed up my intro.
That was really
that
good.
was
How
very
in the
clear.
world? I can't do it on my own podcast, but you know what?
That was good. That's very good.
Hey man, as long
Hi,
as it's out
guys.
there. Hey there, Vaughn. So, how
Hi.
are you? How'd you feel about the show? We are, of
Oh,
course, talking about Forbidden Door, which happened last weekend.
yes, we are. I just woke up from like a 12-hour sleep because I had just been like I just came back from Forbidden Door 2 and I did all of that travel. And I think adding up the emotional exhaustion from just being there in person to then traveling for hours at a time, I was just like, no, I need to sleep. My body needs to recover from this.
Yeah,
I feel that.
like that 12-hour crash nap.
For real.
Oh, yeah.
It was like an out of body like experience just being in that arena the whole time. And like at several moments I kind of had like that moment where I was like, oh, I'm here, I'm seeing this. This is what when I look back upon this day fondly, it's gonna blow my mind that I got like I was just there.
So, was it different from the other shows that you saw that weekend?
Yeah, it was funny. I was kind of dreading it, to be honest with you, because Saturday and Sunday I had gone to four wrestling events in less than 2 days. So I was lucky. I got to go on Saturday to watch the Smash, which is a local production in Toronto, and they also were doing a show in Hamilton, I believe. I'm really bad at geography, so I was kind of just learning Canada as I went. And that was truly amazing because there's something really special about like going to indie shows and seeing just like local wrestlers and how attached like people are to their hometown. And everywhere you go, every wrestling show you see, there's going to be something different about them and just very personal.
Hmm.
So that
Yeah,
was
I
really
agree.
great. And then
Um,
Sunday for Forbidden Door, it was insane.
I bet.
That crowd was insane.
Yeah.
It was crazy because the month before that I went to Double or Nothing, and at the time I thought it was fine, but then when I went to Twitter people were saying like, oh, this crowd's awful, this crowd is like so quiet. And I agree, there were moments where like we I think there was like a bit of a lull just in terms of just like energy and what we were going through, but while I was there in person, like we were pretty vocal the whole time, and kind of dawned on me that like, oh, maybe people aren't catching it on like the microphones or something like that, because in the arena it there were real like moments where we were just so into it, but everyone just thought we were awful. Which during that week, during like the Dynamite tapings, I can totally agree with because they had set it up so it was the Dynamite taping, then it was the Rampage taping, and then before Dynamite and after Rampage ended, they did like sporadic Ring of Honor tapings. And
Mhm.
as Dynamite was like finishing up, people were already leaving the arena. And at one point, I asked someone like, "Oh, hey, are you guys leaving?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, what? Why? Like,
There's a
we still have
whole
stuff
other
left. And there,
show.
some, yeah.
Right?
And no joke, a guy told me I can just watch it at home. And I'm like, why the fuck did you pay that ticket then if you're gonna watch like the Friday taping when you can watch it live? That just
Yeah.
blew my mind.
Dude, watch the whole thing. It's what you paid
It was
for.
insane. And yeah, he left before Rampage. That's a whole separate show in itself.
That's like most people pay like at least over $100 to sit there and watch a show.
Yeah.
You should sit there and watch the 5 hour show.
It got so bad that once it hit the Ring of Honor tapings after the Rampage it ended, they had to like get everyone from the top to like move down to fill out those seats just so it looked like no like there were people.
Yeah,
And
they do that a
that
lot.
one in specifically, they had insane matches. We had fucking like Katsuyori Shibata versus God, was it Alex Coughlin? We had so many.
Don't know.
We had the I think we had like a triple tag with I think it was Vikingo, Bandito, and God, who else was it? It was someone else though. But like they gave us quality matches, and it really was frustrating because people just dipped out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will never
I'm not a
understand
fan of
leaving
people
early.
doing that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so like when people say like maybe don't go to Vegas anymore, I kind of agree. But
And
Toronto was a different breed altogether.
yeah, it's really nice to see wrestling shows in different places that haven't been oversaturated by how many times Tony Khan decides to go there.
What? Where could? What? Why? What places are you talking about? I can't think of any place in particular that gets, pay-per-view after pay-per-view and show after show, and like I don't know, maybe like a debut of a first show of a guy who they just praise for no goddamn reason. Don't know what you're talking about.
Of multiple shows.
Hmm. There's
Yeah.
no way there's a place like that in America.
Yeah.
There's no way there's a terrible, terrible, disgusting, ugly, awful looking Midwestern city you could possibly be talking about that labels itself the Windy City when I stepped outside in June and I was sticky in 2 seconds flat.
Hmm. Absolutely.
So so we're all in agreement.
I think so. I think
Possibly. I
so.
don't know what you're talking about.
Perhaps.
I just love that I make the one comment and it's always like Madge is always like the one to be like, well,
Yeah.
but it was nice to know that Vaughn agrees with me as well.
Huh. Oh man, you should have been there for his match. Oh boy, in
Oh my
Canada.
Oh,
God.
Oh
dude,
my
okay,
God.
okay,
Omega
okay.
territory was not having it.
Oh my
Elite
God.
territory was making themselves known.
It was
Okay.
so funny.
Look, okay. I I don't I have a very complicated relationship with that man right now,
Yeah, you
but there was something very, very funny and enjoyable about how much everybody hated him and how he played into
oh,
that
so
in
good.
the match to where I'm kind of like, yeah, okay. If we keep doing this, if we keep going this way with him, I'm fine with it. Do I
At
want
some
to see?
point he had to though.
Yeah. Do you like? I don't want to see him on my screen more often than I must. But
Mm.
if I must, okay. If Tony Khan forces me to see him, this is how I would like to see him
Mm-hmm.
being antagonizing to a crowd that already despises him. I'm fine with that because that's
Oh, it's
very
beautiful.
enjoyable. Like I live for the toxicity. As the person who went with me to the pay-per-view also said, that's how they said it. They were like, "Ooh, I'm living for this toxicity right now." Yes. But yeah, very cool that you got to be there, and we're definitely going to ask you about more reactions about all the different matches of the night.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it was way more
Yeah.
different than I thought it was gonna be.
is there like any part of like the indie wrestling that you really really enjoyed, like a match that you may have enjoyed a lot, or something that really stuck out for you that maybe we can like find out about later on and Google, and maybe we'll find somebody else that will love and adore?
Yeah.
I'd
Who can we plug?
been introduced to so many different people. So I went to go see these different companies. I saw Smash, I saw Girls Next Door, or I think, oh God, I think it's Girls Next Door or Femme Fatales. Their like show was called Girls Next Door. That was like an all female production.
Mhm.
That was amazing. I saw so many people there. Then the show after that, because they were like both double shows, it was Defy and Progress. So Defy is like the local like Pacific Northwest one I usually see in Seattle. So I'm
Right.
already a little bit biased when it comes to them. But through the whole weekend, I saw multiple matches from a guy named Psycho Mike, and I
Uh-huh.
feel like you guys would love him because
Ooh.
everything I've seen about him wrestle in person is what he does is like the most pro wrestling thing ever, where it's like a lot of kind of like nudges and winks to the camera, but he plays it totally straight in the fact that he is goofy in itself. So when he's wrestling, there will be moments where he just stares right into the hard cam, and every move he does, he doesn't really like. If he's turning, he will go direct himself straight to the camera again and do things while the camera's looking at him. Um, he I guess I never really got any backstory to it when I watched it originally, but there was a moment where some heels came out and pulled out this like smaller, scrawnier guy because Mike's like 6 feet tall, and they called him Mini Mike, which I guess was kind of like his little stunt double. And they started beating him up, and immediately Mike came out to I need a hero,
Oh my God.
and then a bunch of like guys from the audience who were supposed to be, I guess, like the lackeys of the main heel were
Mhm.
they were getting beat up as if it was like a action movie montage while that song was playing, and it might have been the funniest fucking thing I had ever seen in my life.
That sounds
It
amazing.
was so good. And then I
That
immediately was
is
like,
awesome.
I was going on like a YouTube rabbit hole of watching all of his things, and there were moments, I guess, in matches where he was also fighting his conscience.
Hmm.
So during matches, the audio from his conscience would be playing, talking to him, and he would like pause during matches to fight with his conscience, like yelling at each other. And before matches, there'd be like little like video segments of him doing montages or like beating up like Batman lackeys while getting into the ring, and like everything I've seen from him, it's like I would say it's exactly everything Jim Cornette would hate, where he's playing
Oh,
up like
beautiful.
the comedy angle. Like it's like he truly understands what pro wrestling is while also still being very like physically like capable of doing incredible things. Like he has this catchphrase of just who wants to see a body slam, and the crowd will just react, and then he will body slam whoever like again and again and again. And like there was at one point I think he said who wants to see 10 body slams, and then just like chain body slammed his opponent, and I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
holy shit, that's incredible. So yeah,
Awesome.
I definitely recommend Psycho Mike. He's amazing. I also saw Charles Crowley from Progress.
Hmm.
He is the same kind of like delightful in the bizarre way of he's kind of like a little chaotic gremlin circus master.
Hmm.
That's the only way I can describe, just like a just an English circus chaos guy.
Wait,
And like if
does
you
he
just like see
wear a
pictures
robe
of him, it's
like Cody
great.
wears a robe?
Not like he wears like a little ringmaster's outfit. He's got like a cool top hat, and he has like one of those little cymbal monkeys
Hmm. Oh,
that he
Ooh.
brings with it. Oh
I know
yeah,
what you're talking about.
he's great. His whole vibes are just amazing. I saw him versus Gringo Loco, and Gringo Loco in himself is just a fucking just monster of a wrestler in his athletic abilities.
Uh-huh.
Because when you first look at him, you don't you kind of like out of context, you're like, oh, it's a white guy named Gringo Loco. He's kind of like a heel and stuff like that. But then you see him, it's like, oh no, he's genuinely trained as like a luchador and has these incredible like just like flips and like athleticism. And you're like, oh no, okay, so he can call himself that.
Yeah. So kind of like in the sense that how Taya Valkyrie was in Mexico for so long and like trained with them for a long time, and that's why she's called Huera Loca.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like
Nice.
Naito.
Yeah, like Naito.
Yeah. I saw so many people. Like I almost want to like I wanted to go like through a whole list of people.
Well, off the top
But
of
yeah,
your
they're
head,
definitely like standouts.
no?
Let's see. This is like doing
Nice.
like an acceptance speech from like the Grammys or something. Let's see like who people I met. Psycho Mike, Von Vertigo, Gringo Loco, Shaft from Defy, Charles Crowley, Brent Banks. Fuck, there's like so many people. Artemis Spencer, Nicole Matthews. I saw so many people. Allie Catch, she was there. I saw Session Mark Martina. Oh God.
Ooh, I
It
actually
was I
know
saw
that.
I stacked just a stacked list of people.
Nice.
But like, yeah, like all of them. I recommend everyone from those Saturday and Sunday shows. They're all incredible.
That's awesome. I definitely have to go look up Psycho Mike.
Oh my God, yeah. Like
Yeah.
immediately, I think like on like Twitter or something, I'm just gonna like start spamming Psycho Mike stuff.
Psycho Mike fan account.
Super. He's super cool too. Like great guy.
You love to see it.
So Vaughn, how did 0 hour go for
Mhm.
you?
Oh, okay. So I got really lucky. So as the the shows I went to finished right before, and it was like a 5 minute walk. So they were like advertising like you can go to those shows and then go to Forbidden Door. I was like, okay, sweet, cool. I got there and the lines were insane to get in. I was almost worried I couldn't get in as 0 hour was starting because
Mhm.
there were like multiple entry points and all of them were just all around the block zigzagging. I was like, oh shit, everyone is here. And they were. So I got lucky. I got to my seats on the ramp right as they were about to like start 0 hour. So you had RJ and Renee kind of like introduce it and everyone was just freaking out.
Yeah.
Nice.
They should start the
I
show.
was almost afraid that I missed something. They were great too. They were awesome.
I love them so much. My brother immediately bought the Wrestle On shirt like during 0 hour. Like as soon as he
Oh
saw
no
that they
way. I
had it,
want to get that.
yeah, he was like, "Oh, my first wrestling shirt is gonna be about some interviewers. Like it's not even gonna be a wrestling shirt."
Hey, he's got taste.
Yeah,
That's
It's
the
a
way to
good
do
shirt
it.
though. I'm kind of surprised.
yeah,
Because
it's
there's been a lot of controversy lately when it comes to wrestling shirts, just using AI or not being creative or not even like paying actual artists to do them. So to
exactly.
see that shirt,
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, at least they're trying something different.
Yeah, like it actually seems like something that you might want to wear.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? The Hangman's
Definitely.
Ranch t-shirt.
It does, yeah. The color of the shirt is
Yeah.
similar, like that kind
Yeah.
of like like beigey, kind of tinted green, kind of beige color, but it's like very
Yeah.
soft. Like the
It's
color
finally not a
palette is
regular
very
black
soft.
shirt.
Yes, that too. That pisses me off when they're all black shirts.
Pro wrestling
I
tees,
will
get on
defend the
this.
I'm
black shirt
literally
controversy because I love black t-shirts because I can turn them into dresses really easily.
True.
I am holding up my Rainmaker like teal blue. Like I don't know if this is teal, cyan. I don't know what color this is. It's a blue. It's a shade of blue with the brightest magenta Rainmaker pink that you could ever have. And I love this shirt because it's very sensible. Like the logo's not crazy. It just says Rainmaker, okay, and it's a different color.
You know
Nice.
Japan doesn't
Was
care.
that
Japan will do
from,
what they want.
Yes.
they will. Was that from the era of Okada having the pink hair?
I don't know.
Was that Balloon Okada?
It was.
Maker Okada. I don't
We gotta bring
know,
him back.
but I think I bought it during that time or right after that time. I don't know if it was from that era, but I do know it was in the shop around that time.
It probably was.
Yeah, this is.
Possibly.
I also wore this shirt during Forbidden Door because I don't know. I told myself, Hangman's just doing a tag match right now. It's not that important. I was like, I was
I
like,
did, in fact, wear the Hangman shirt for Forbidden Door for you.
and you should have worn the Omega shirt. That was your boy in the biggest match ever.
Oh my God, that
Fuck.
match.
Oh,
That's why he didn't
oh,
win.
you're
That's
right.
oh
That's why
my
he didn't
god. That's
win.
why he
Don't you
didn't win.
dare.
No, that's how it
First and
works.
foremost, what you're not going to do, you're not going to come onto my podcast. You're,
I know.
I have
mean,
nothing to do with that. I
I
did
just
not
started my
have
intro.
any
It could be my
relations.
podcast. We don't know. I could have watched the next movie that I forgot what I'm supposed to watch. I'll watch The Condemned right now.
This is
That
so
was not
quick.
my fault. You
I'm
have
taking
no
over.
proof. I have done nothing wrong ever once in my entire life.
Never.
I'm so dead. That is hilarious.
I won't do my podcast, but I'll go on someone else's and pretend that I do.
The quickness of Vaughn going, that's why Kenny lost, and you going, oh no, you're not gonna come on my podcast.
You're like, no.
You're not gonna do this to me.
You come to my house.
You come into my house.
This is our forbidden door.
Oh my god, I'm literally crying tears. That was so
Yeah,
funny.
you are.
Oh my god.
I was actually like the day before Forbidden Door, my mom was super bored. So she was like, do you want to go to Home Depot with me so we can go get like planting soil? Because she got like a fake like metal plant that she bought a pot for the earlier in the day. So we were going to Home Depot. Like I was talking to Emmy about this. I was sitting there just heated because I'm like, I cannot believe the forbidden door that I can't go to is when Kenny finally wrestles. I've been to 3 different AEW events. Not once has Kenny Omega stepped in that ring.
Really?
Not once.
Yeah, Maj has a
I went
bad
to
streak with not being able
I have
to
a
see
horrid
Kenny.
streak with
Oh
going
my
to
God.
I have a horrid streak with going to AEW shows in general. Like I went to Double or Nothing last year
And she saw
just to
Hangman
watch
lose.
the Bucks and Hangman lose. I went to Forbidden Door last year to watch Adam Cole get injured, watch Adam Page lose, and then have to leave before seeing the main event with Jon Moxley and Tanahashi
Oh God.
because I fucked up the time zones. And I accidentally scheduled the car to take me back to the hotel for an hour early.
Oh
And my
no.
mom was just worried about me. And she's like, you're not just going to call an Uber and be standing outside in the streets of Chicago at night. And I agree with that. But come on, man.
I mean,
And then
it
I
could have
went to
been fine.
Dynamite. Maybe, but who knows? Event's already over and I didn't see it.
Oh God.
Yeah. And then I went to Dynamite in February. It was the Dynamite where MJF said his fiance left him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for that one.
Okay, that was lucky for Maj though.
It kind of was. For some reason, him saying that like flipped a switch in my head, and I'm like, so he's single now.
So what you're saying is you're single.
That was a fanfic
So what I'm
waiting to
hearing
happen.
is it did happen.
Oh God.
I wrote it in 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she did. I forgot about that.
Oh my God.
She wrote a fanfic in 30 minutes immediately after MJF
I could never.
being like, oh, by the way, my fiance left me.
Cracked my knuckles and got to
Oh,
work.
that's how it be.
Yeah. But that Dynamite, it was the Bucks versus, I think it was versus Aussie Open. And all Kenny did was second them. So he was there and I looked at him, but he wasn't wrestling. And I'm like, that's what I was hoping you would do.
I was like, I
That's
came to
what
see a
I'm trying
wrestler.
to see.
Meanwhile, Emmy has seen both Hangman and Moxley wrestle in every single show she's ever been to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I've seen Mox like pretty much like 99% of the time because the first time I was gonna go to All Out and he got injured.
Yeah. But you went to Rev 2020, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Revolution after Full Gear after that. Because
Oh.
hey, I was the one who was like, I'm gonna see that fucking lights out match if it kills me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was the one that you
That's
saw.
my whole deal.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
understand.
I was like the only Mox girly in a room full of Kenny girlies wanting that to win.
Swimming uphill.
Okay.
Like, I'm a Mox stand first and everything else second.
Oh, so true.
I understand completely.
Do you want to go over these matches?
Oh yeah. Ask away.
Perfect.
I'll try to see if I remember anything.
Oh yeah. No, because
I think I blacked out at one point.
What really sucks is that because I went to go see Forbidden Door in the movie theater, I didn't buy it on Bleacher. And right now
Yeah,
I'm
so
broke.
what's that like? I've never gone to a theater yet, and I feel like I have to at some point.
Okay, so a friend of mine who lives in Ohio um told me that he goes to wrestling shows at the movie theater. And that was the first time I heard about it too. And I was like, what? Like that's crazy. He's like, yeah, you can watch it at the movie theater. Like it's one of those like live events or whatever that they do. You know how they
Mhm.
always like they show like the ballet or the Nutcracker and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they do that for wrestling too. So it came up that somebody actually wanted like to hang out with me over the weekend, and I was like, "Oh, yeah,
About
but
that.
so Forbidden Doors on Sunday. Would you like to see that with me?" And it turns out they are also wrestling fans, so it worked out for me. So we went to go see it, and then my brother ended up seeing it with us too. He had just come home. Um, so that was really fun. At first, it was kind of weird, and I figured it would be because my friend had told me that sometimes like the feed will cut out or like the audio is bad because like it's like the I don't know if like the theater people just don't pay attention to like the live event stuff,
Probably
but
not.
it's pretty much like it's just like a projector, like literally just like a projector, and they have it connected to a computer that's got like direct TV on it.
Okay. So do
So
you
they
also get 0 hour, or is it just the
yeah,
regular
we
pay-per-view?
got 0 hour.
Okay.
It started they turned it on late.
Oh, shucks.
The tickets said show starts at 6 p.m., which is when the pre-show starts. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, they'll show the pre-show. Well, it was like 6:05 before they got it up and running. So I missed like the first bit of the Mogul Embassy because they
Bruh.
just didn't turn on the screen.
Oh God.
Come on now, dog.
Yeah, they had to turn the screen on. And like the people next to me, like the CM Punk fans that were next to me in the CM Punk shirts, like one of them had to go up, like get up and like ask the people like, "Hey, we're sitting in this movie theater and our feed's not coming up, like the show's not on. Like, could you do something about this, please?" So finally somebody went up, to the projector room or whatever and fixed it. Like you could see them typing in a passcode, and you can see like the bar because it's just like I said, it's like cable. So you see the bar up top that's like the guide or whatever. It's like this is the channel, and
Oh
then it
wow.
asks for a password, so you can see the guy putting in like the stars for the password or whatever. And then like the audio was kind of bad at first. It was put low, like super low, and we were like, God, we can't, like, come on, like we're in a movie
Time to
theater, put
replay
that
this
Dolby
bitch.
Digital on, like, bro, like for real, like. So somebody had to go back out there and ask them about it. They did that a few times because then right at 7 it cut off again.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah, so we missed the entrances for MJF and Tanahashi. And then right at 10:30, like when the main event was like about to like almost about to finish, like there was maybe like 5 or 10 minutes left, it cut out again.
Oh God.
I think
Whack.
I think pretty much right when Brian like broke his arm, right
Yeah.
around that part of the match was when the feed got cut out. So we heard everything, like we heard the commentators and stuff, but we couldn't see shit.
Oh God. Yeah, I couldn't even
So
tell at the time when that happened. I had to find out via Twitter.
I
yeah,
didn't even notice either.
I didn't. Yeah, I had no clue about
Well, it's
that.
even crazier because of what he did after like the match.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
Brian's
yeah, it
insane.
overall though, it was very fun. I did realize very quickly that everyone was going to be quiet because they're surrounded by other people, so they don't know how loud they can be. So because I was in the back row, I decided that I was going to be the loud obnoxious one.
It's like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna start a chant.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the loud obnoxious one, and then slowly other people like got more comfortable and like decided to like make their little jokes or their asides and shit, and like it was so fun.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
got everybody comfortable, luckily, like because like how am I gonna be in a full theater with people watching wrestling and we're not gonna speak? Like that's part of being in a wrestling show is in like enjoying it and chants and like yelling and screaming and all of that. Like I want to feel like I'm part of the crowd that's there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you're not doing that, then what's the point? You know? Might as well just watch this at home. Like
seriously.
Yeah.
Like for what do you call it? Why am I spacing? Oh, for All Out 2021 and for Revolution 2022, I saw it in theaters, and I was one of the original people who were like talking to the people that were next to me, who was like at for All Out 2021, when Eddie Kingston came on, I was the one who yelled out "Redeem these nuts" and proceeded to make a friend in the theater.
Nice.
Because somebody has to.
Right. Very cool. Yeah, I made friends with the people around me. Like, didn't get their Twitters or nothing like that. But like we were talking to each other during the show, so that was really nice.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about wrestling events. Like you will somehow become best friends for like a couple hours and then never see them again.
Exactly. Like even at the end of the show, this guy, like, he recognized my voice because obviously I was talking throughout the whole show. And he goes, "Oh, it's you." And then he saw my Okada shirt and he was like, "Oh, you were cheering for Okada." And I was like, "Yeah, I was cheering for Okada." And he's like, "Oh, did your boyfriend ever get you that hot dog that you were asking for?" Because I had asked. It was my brother that was next to me. I had asked for a hot dog. I had asked him for a hot dog because like I got hungry again. I had eaten one during the pre-show and then I was hungry again. So I asked him for another one when he was getting up to get more Coke. And I guess they had heard me. And he was like, "Yeah, did you ever get that hot dog?" I'm like, yeah, I did. My alarm for Dynamite just went off. Oh, we're missing Dynamite. Oh, well.
We're going to live react. This will count as a commentary.
Dynamite.
Yeah. But it was really fun. Yeah. It was nice to interact with everybody. Yeah. So, Mogul Embassy.
Let's chronicle some matches.
I don't know how to do segues, okay? I don't know how to do them. I don't know how Allie from
No one does
it, but she's got it down. I cannot do a segue to save my life.
Yeah. Me neither, man. So
Mogul Embassy versus
Hey, Abby, what was that first match?
Mogul Embassy versus El Desperado and Chaos, which consisted of Rocky and Chuck was there, right?
Yep.
Chuck was there?
Yeah, it was Rocky Romero and Best Friends.
Yes. Chuck Taylor, you're beloved. Everyone.
And Despy.
It's crazy how many Chuck Taylor fans I have found on the internet.
So many Chuck Taylor fans.
So many. Like, does he even know?
I don't know. I feel like he does it. He doesn't.
Him by the
I feel
shoulders.
like it doesn't connect.
Do you even know?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Chuck Taylor is like the internet's like girlfriend.
Yes, exactly. Real. It's my dream prom date. What are you talking about?
You'd be amazing. That'd be so fun.
I know he would. I've seen pictures
like
of
if you've ever seen his comedy bits.
His scruffy long hair that he used to sport all the time. And
that
like just his cute little smile. Cut. Like that's the boy from high school.
Like PWG Chuck Taylor and like all like his comedy like bit Chuck Taylor is so fucking good. I went on like a whole YouTube thing like a month ago and I was like, oh, I forgot he could be like really good at wrestling and then like also still like comedically really sound and not take pins.
Yeah, which he didn't. He didn't take the pin this time.
Rocky. Thank God for Rocky. He's been a real trooper lately.
Yes. The Chuck girlies are thanking Rocky so much right now.
I can't remember which New Japan what it was, but there's that New Japan event like a couple months ago where they got Chuck Taylor in and they did like the scrum afterwards and Chuck was like, "You took the pin, Rocky. That's my job. I do that. That's what I do."
So he's aware.
How are you going to ask me to come onto this and make me lose?
He's like, if I'm going to lose a match, at the very least, let me be in the spotlight for the pin. Like, come on.
A self-aware king.
That's fucking hilarious. I didn't even know that he knew that.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing because apparently I think they either asked him on or he wasn't originally in that thing. But so like he said like he thought it was gonna be in Philadelphia. Apparently it wasn't. Then it was like Rocky asked him to do it. He did it. It's like and Rocky lost. He's like, what the hell, man? That was a fun match. I liked that one a lot.
Which one? The one that you're talking about, or the?
Oh, the Mogul Embassy and
Okay,
Desi and
yes, it
Chaos.
was fun. I had to watch it on my phone because they
That was a
weren't.
good start.
Yeah, it was so fun. I love to see Swerve. Swerve is baby girl to me.
X
I
Defy Champ
unfortunately
Swerve.
cannot baby girlify him because he simply just reminds me of my brother, like a lot, so much so. But I do really like him. He is very, very good. He's very
Totally
fun to
valid.
watch.
I like to see his shoulders. Very
He's
nice.
so good.
He's so good.
Yeah,
He's so good. He has such charisma in the ring and out of the ring.
I know. Like, how do you just like ooze superstar like that, and
Yeah,
then
right?
not be in the main event of stuff yet?
It's
I'm
insane.
waiting.
Like he has too much charisma.
I'm literally sitting here waiting on Tony Khan to give this man a push, like a big push.
Ooh, I don't know if it'll be a push per se, but I know in July he's supposed to have his originally it was gonna be for the Defy title when Nick Wayne held it, but once Nick Wayne turns 18, he's gonna have his first match in AEW versus Swerve. And it was originally going to be for the
Ooh.
Defy title that Nick Wayne was holding at the time, but now Kenta has it. So I still believe that it's going to be Nick Wayne versus Swerve, but when that happens on AEW, it's going to be crazy
Ooh.
It will.
because
I finally get to
they've
see Nick
seen.
Wayne in action.
Oh, he's so good. Him and Billy Starks, they are definitely going to be like the future of wrestling.
Yes. And speaking of Billy Stark, thank you, Vaughn.
You're welcome.
Match. The next
Let's
match
go
was
segue.
I didn't even mean to.
the next match was Athena versus Billy Starks. For the one of the first rounds of the Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament. So, what did you guys think of this match?
I thought it was good. I like seeing Billy Starks in action.
Yeah.
Match.
I unfortunately was distracted watching anime, and only halfway through the pre-show did I remember that there was a pre-show going on. And I like scrambled to change the channel to YouTube. I'm like, God, shit, fuck, God damn it. So I came in halfway through Stu Grayson versus ELP.
Which also
So
fun.
yes,
Okay.
it was.
Okay,
But
so
we're not there yet.
I do have some things to say about Athena versus Billy Starks.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so watching Athena is so fucking fun. Like watching her pound on people and like just her just being just a little shit.
Oh, she's
Like,
leaning into it so hard. It's
Just
great.
she's
the
doing
asshole.
she's such an asshole and it's so great. And
She
like
has such a thing with the refs now because she's being that little shit heel. Like it's so fun.
the refs, the interviewers, everybody, like it's crazy. I was so happy that I got to see her do an eclipse again because
Yeah.
I haven't been watching ROH. I'm sorry. I know.
It's been good though.
Yeah. Like I know Vaughn, you like let me borrow your ROH or whatever. Don't tell
God,
me
I forget I
what's
have
going
it
on.
too.
But I still
Yeah,
have
I'm
yet
doing him
to
a
watch
favor.
I still have yet to watch
You
ROH.
really are.
But every time that I hear about Athena and then I get to actually see her like on pay-per-view, I'm like, yes, I love this woman. She's so good.
I like her run so far, but it just really does make me wonder who is going to be the one to dethrone her.
Oh man, who knows? I don't know.
Because
Not
so
me.
far,
It's
every time I
me,
think someone's
Austin.
going to be.
What'd you say?
It's me, Austin. I say that all the time. If you ask me a who question, I will respond with "It's me, Austin" in Vince McMahon's voice.
Totally valid.
I've been doing this for 3 years. Okay.
Because like
All
someone's
right, I'm
technically
set.
going to have to beat her. It's like either for like the title or for the tournament. Because I don't think she's going to win the tournament.
I
Possibly.
I was hoping Ruby would win the tournament just so that the Outcast can have like another thing to be annoying about.
Oh God. Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me?
Look, I just feel like if you give them more annoying traits, then eventually something will change, she says.
With so much hope in
She
her heart.
says, clinging on to hope like Wolverine.
Yeah, because you know what we really want? We want more outcast stuff and less like other women on the roster stuff, because apparently we don't have any.
That's true, which is upsetting. I have been very happy with the way that they've been portraying Sky Blue, but other than Sky Blue, like they haven't really been showing anybody else. And
They've been
honestly,
showing Willow a lot.
yeah,
Willow was often on TV.
Yeah.
Willow, yes. Yes. But like they haven't really talked about like one of the core relationships of her relationship with the outcasts, and that's her and Ruby. Like
They
I
did
feel
for like a second and then they dropped it.
but they should talk about it more.
They should.
They
There's
should
so
do pretty
much
much
that they
anything for the
should be
women.
doing with this.
That's one of the few emotional cores of the feud that's going on here. Like they should talk about it. Even the throwaway line between that Excalibur had at Double or Nothing when he was talking about Jamie and Tony being roommates, like in the video package or whatever. I was still like, wow. Like,
Oh, that
why
fucking
don't you guys talk about this
Jesus.
shit more? Like, why? Okay, like great. I'm glad you said it. Yes, and they were roommates. I love that. I love that so much. Thank you for putting that in there, Excalibur. But like,
Oh my
talk
God,
about
they
it.
were
Oh my
roommates.
God, they were
Oh
roommates.
damn it! You
Oh,
did
come
it.
on. Come on.
We both did it.
Same time. We both get credit.
We were waiting for so long to do it too.
I held back on it for a little while
really
there.
did. Oh, can I
Yeah.
just say one thing about the Double or Nothing match though? That
Yes.
really made me mad. So during that match, in the arena they had like these screens in the middle, so if you weren't sitting in like the right position to see what was on the floor, they had like this triangle of screens to kind of show to the audience that wasn't just like the big one on the ramp. So during that match they did not turn it on, so you could not see what was happening at all, like from like them like walking to the ring or anything. So because that match was so short at the time, people on the floor, we were shouting turn the screen on.
Oh man.
And then by the time it was finished, they had still not turned it on just yet.
Bruh. Why had it gone off in the first place?
Yeah, it was so weird because they had kept it on for pretty much every other one at that point. Like sometimes when if there was like a video package or something like that, they kind of turned it off and then turned it back immediately on so you could see the floor things. But like that one, like you pretty much, if you were on the floor and people were in front of you and you could not see the ring, you do not know what happened in that match. It was bad.
Wow.
It was bad.
It happened at WrestleMania too.
God.
There was like
Which
two
one?
matches. There this past one. There was like, remember we talked about it? There was there's like 2 or 3 matches where the screen got cut off, and that's a fucking huge stadium. So
yeah,
like, I can't imagine how angry these people were not being able to see Austin Theory win.
Oh yeah. We were robbed.
What a tragedy.
Robbed,
I can't imagine. Oh, poor them.
I thought about that one right as I said it, and I was like, I'm a deadpan this.
Phenomenal delivery.
Yeah, it was nice to see Billy Starks for the first time. I've never seen her. I had heard her name.
Oh yeah, she's good. I saw her at GCW in Vegas in like a battle royale with like, she was the only woman. It was all the rest of the men and she was kicking ass. It was really good.
You love to see it.
And she's like, she just turned 18, right? And she just graduated. That's crazy to me. Oh my God.
She was already like a multi-holding champion, I think, at that point at like her graduation and prom. She took like grad photos with her belts.
Wow. What a woman.
I did the same thing, but mine were fake.
So speaking of things that are fake,
that could be anything.
Lots of people would consider this man a fake Logan Paul, but we know
but we know better.
Not LP.
We know that Logan Paul is a fake Walmart brand 7-Eleven El Phantasmo.
Absolutely.
Oh, that reminds me. While I was in Canada, they had so much Prime, like no one was buying them. you can't get shit in America, but like Prime was like all over the shelves and no one was touching it. And I was like,
Oh,
yes,
there
you
was
guys are good.
Amazing.
there was like 2 or 3 months at Target where they were asking for Prime every day, and I was like,
They're still asking it.
we don't have Prime. And I
You
kept telling
don't?
them, I was like, we don't have Prime. We don't have Prime because I
You're
didn't
lucky.
see it. I didn't know. No, listen, I didn't see it for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Like we didn't get any deliveries of Prime. I was like,
At
I
all.
remember we had them, and now we haven't gotten any.
They're
And I
so
kept
sold
telling these
out.
people, I was like, I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have them anymore. Like I was just like, I don't know. And then like 2 weeks after that, we started getting it back, and I was like, oh well, fuck.
Trust me, they'll sell out immediately.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, they've been doing okay. The packs are getting bought, but like the singles, like
Really? There's
people,
like nothing in my area, and because people keep asking, and I'm like, no, don't talk to me.
yeah.
But
So
yeah, apparently Canada, they're not into it.
I'm standing in solidarity with them. I will never drink a Prime.
Oh, I tried it just to try it once, and it was gross. It's like
I don't
really
doubt
thick
that.
Gatorade. It's
Ugh.
like
That was a sign on
viscousy.
AEW once.
It,
Gatorade should be thicker. I
oh, but
remember
yeah, it's
that.
prime.
Ew,
It's
that's a Prime
prime.
guy. Ew.
Oh God.
It's
That's
like
an
really
awful
thick
thing to think about.
and sugary. It's not good.
Yeah.
So Stu Grayson versus El Phantasmo.
His,
Yeah.
I've seen his light up vest twice now in person, and
Uh,
it's so cool.
yeah, it is
It
very
is such an
cool.
invention. It is so awesome.
Wait, did he make it? Don't say that. Did he make it?
I'm not sure if he's the one who made it or not, but whoever did, hats off to you.
We just find out he's like a super genius.
He is
Well,
actually
Athena
just
made her
Tony
wings,
Stark.
right? Athena made her wings.
She
I,
did.
I don't doubt it. Let me see.
I know she made her wings.
She did. Yeah, she's talked about it.
Yeah. I could have sworn, like maybe I got them confused, and I think that both of them made their very cool outfits to come out to the ring. But no, he might. I think he bought it. I think I saw he bought it somewhere. I don't know. Anyway,
Whoever created that, amazing.
So Stu comes out, not
Yep.
flanked by the Dark Order. He comes out flanked by the Righteous. Okay. And I know nothing about them, so I'm not going to shit talk them. But the fact that he's not with the Dark Order right now is pissing me off.
That really confused me when I saw them during the Ring of Honor taping in Vegas because I did not know that was happening. So we saw it was Stu Grayson versus the Dark Order, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
What did you do?
Because then I got
What have you
confused with the
done?
Righteous. Because there's that one guy with like the dreads and stuff like that, and the guys around me kept calling him knockoff Rob Zombie and Steve Zombie. So now I'm never gonna learn his actual name. He's just Steve Zombie to me now,
Steve
and
Zombie.
the Milkman,
I'm just going to call them not Dark Order.
which they are. Well, because
Mhm.
they came out and then they went back. So
Yeah. So then ELP came out with his really cool gear, and every man in the movie theater was like, he looks like a scraggly Logan Paul. And I was like, but
how
fuck
dare
Logan Paul
you?
though. And they were like, oh yeah, fuck Logan Paul.
Yeah,
Fuck
you're a
Logan Paul.
legend, Emmy.
Yeah, like it was so funny. Like it was literally a chorus of, yeah, fuck Logan Paul,
Yeah,
right?
fuck that guy.
I was like, yeah, exactly. So, see, we're all united in something, you know?
Who
We're
says wrestling
united.
fans can't get along?
One thing is like there's few things in life that are certain, right? Death, taxes, and all wrestling fans fucking hate Logan Paul.
Yep.
And if they see Ibushi, their brain will explode.
Oh yeah.
Real. You're so
Because
correct.
that was another thing that this guy next to me said. It was one of the CM Punk fans. He was like, if Ibushi shows up, I might explode.
The arena was the same way. You could like everyone was kind of holding out. You could
I
tell we
burst
were
into
waiting for it.
fucking tears. I'd start bawling off my makeup. I burned my eyes, third degree.
And
Like people were all looking for it.
There were, yeah, I'm sure they were, but like there was always that whole thing where it's like, yeah, but it's a New Japan
Yeah.
show, and he's not
Yeah.
he's not
He's not going back.
Yeah, he's
No.
not going back. And they fell out really badly, and
And it was their fault.
I don't know nothing about that. I'm not gonna make
Oh, it was messy.
I was there for the whole thing.
Oh, it was
their
crazy.
fault. It was on them.
Yeah. So definitely those are some constants Fuck Logan
Yeah.
Paul. Ibushi will make our brains explode.
Ibushi, my beloved.
It was
So,
fun being there.
yeah,
It looked like fun.
it looked like so much fun. I know Madge is mad as hell. I'm so
upset. I'm so upset.
Vaughn,
Yes.
she was supposed to be at both shows that you went to.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think we
yeah,
switched
I was.
places.
I
Yeah.
think you got the better deal. I'm gonna be real with you.
I could have done without double or nothing.
Better. Yeah, you really could have.
I mean, maybe not the weekend was fun, but like maybe not just the pay-per-view. I could have done without it. I could have just gone to the fan fest beforehand. Wait, no, I take it back. I was there for the Accredited Arena. Never mind, I take it back. Never mind. I could be there for all the BCC stuff, and then everything else I could have missed.
But see, all the BCC stuff was all the elite stuff, also.
Yeah.
Because
but at least they won that one. I can live with myself on that. They won that one at least. That was the important one I wanted them to win.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew they were going to come out on top with that.
That was going to be so annoying either way. I warned everyone
sides,
around
so
me.
either way, I'm good.
Nice. Exactly.
Okay.
God. The El Phantasmo match was interesting just because the whole time I was wondering how they were gonna like go from there, because at first before they announced his match, I think the Saturday night, we did not know what was gonna happen, if he was gonna be there, because like he got kicked out of Bullet Club at that point. It's kind of just like what are they gonna do with him now?
Wait, hold up. He got kicked out of New Japan Bullet Club?
Yeah, or
yes.
Yeah, Dave Finley.
You didn't know that? Did I not tell you?
No.
I'm so sorry.
I thought LP was still part of Bullet Club, but David Finley was like still, in a rocky relationship with him or whatever. Wait, no, hold on.
I mean, we got like 3 different factions of it now, so who knows anymore?
Wait,
he could very well just join.
I may
Bullet
have
Club
seen
Gold.
gifs.
That's what I was. Everyone was kind of like, we're all thinking eventually he's just going to join Bullet Club Gold, but it was that question of if he was going to be at Forbidden Door 2 yet, because he hadn't been announced. Because in my brain, it makes the most sense that he would just transfer over to Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I mean, his boys are actually here, like, right?
Yeah, he's loyal to Jay.
Yeah. So. That makes sense. That would make perfect sense. I wonder how he would feel about having the Guns as buddies.
I think that's fun, honestly.
I think he would like
that.
Them.
Was a fun choice.
Yeah. I think that was a good choice also, because they're called the Guns and they're pew pew, Yeah. That's my
fit right in.
Yeah, it's the Ass Boys and the Bang Bang Club, so it makes sense.
Bruh. Who on earth, I say this as if I don't know the answer, who lets Jay White open his mouth? Lets him say words.
It's so funny when he does that.
Say words.
I'm still pissed off at him. I'm pretty sure he saw my hashtag Hangman Gang and he was like, I'm stealing this shit right here.
I'll take that.
He's like, I like the A and the A and the A all together with the gang. I like that right there.
Yeah, we know he's not the mastermind of the group.
Oh no. That man doesn't even fuck. Sorry to his wife. I don't know.
Well, that doesn't mean they don't. That just means he's not the one who does it.
Oh shit! I just saw something on Twitter.
What? No.
About the Well, I mean, if you figured, you knew that, like, because Adam Cole was sick, then couldn't do Forbidden Door 2. Britt's sick too, so she's not cleared to do the tournament. So Ruby's gonna go against someone else.
Oh, I hope they run back her versus Riho.
She's gonna have another match tonight, and then the Owen Hart one versus Britt Baker will be next week. Which I'm like, why not just replace her?
Yeah. Because
I guess the answer.
I bet you Britt's gonna be Emi. She's gonna be in the finals.
You already know.
Yeah.
I love you, Britt, but
I love you, Britt.
I'm indifferent.
Never stop loving you, Britt. It's the same connotation, so I had to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've said this already, but Britt needs to be a heel again. I miss her as a heel.
She really
does nothing as a face.
She doesn't.
Because even like the whole like during the whole like Jamie thing, it was less about Jamie and more about Britt, which is frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating. I didn't like that either. That's why I was hoping Jamie would turn on her, but then she never did.
She didn't have the
There's still
opportunity
time.
to.
There's
Yeah,
still time.
there's still time. So Stu lost is what
He did.
is what
Yes.
we're heading.
That was around the time when I finally turned on the 0 hour.
That's
Was
what you
like the
get.
last 2 minutes, and it was like, oh my God, ELP is here. Oh my God, he just won. So that was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and the first thing out of my mouth when Stu took the pin was, "Yeah, you're goddamn right. You fucking lost. That's what you get for leaving the Dark Order." I was so angry.
That's what you get.
I kept making fun of him because he was still wearing like the dark or like his regular gear, and I'm like, you couldn't even wear white. You couldn't even match the guys that came out with you.
Yeah, like you
Come
couldn't
on,
have gotten
man.
like white gear that matches
Anything.
like this guy.
You
White
don't deserve your
face
Dark Order
paint,
gear.
something.
Go put your Dark Order gear on my dresser. You've lost privileges.
We'll take that from you. The next match was really fun though.
I loved it.
The one right before the the main show. So it was Jeff Cobb, Kyle Fletcher, and TJ Perkins versus Shingo Takagi, Bushi, and Hiromu Takahashi, which is
Loved it.
I believe they're all LIJ, right? Like
Yeah. And
Yes.
the others are United Embassy.
United Embassy. Okay.
Yeah.
I did
Which
I did
Before
not
we
know
get
TJP.
started,
which also is fucking Callus.
yes,
Is he though?
kind of,
Yeah, kinda.
because he's
Everyone
with
was expecting the
Osprey.
whole thing. That's why
Yeah.
when he was doing the stuff with the BCC before Anarchy in the arena, like they were everyone was suspecting it was because of United Embassy.
Weird. I did not know that. So it was
Yeah.
very exciting to see Hiromu because he missed it last year because of the whole he got sick and they wouldn't let him on the plane.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they sure didn't.
yeah. Among many others who could not show up to Forbidden Door that year. It was very nice to see him. Shingo is it's always fun to see Shingo. And I know me and Vaughn love Jeff Cobb with all our heart.
Yeah. Oh, that was so cool. When he came down, we were like screaming at him and he gave us like the shotgun stuff.
The what?
Nice.
Like the like Hawaiian like little like wave.
Oh,
Yeah. He's super cool.
yes.
He is so huge. I remember last year because it was him and Great O'Con versus Rocky and Trent versus FTR. I remember seeing him walk down the ramp, and I'm like, this man is three of me.
Oh yeah, he's
Like,
massive.
he is such a unit.
Yeah.
And it is so cool.
Yeah. And like
He's so fun to watch.
he's so big. He's like a teddy bear. Like
Shit, I kept saying United Embassy. It's United Empire. I don't know why I said that.
Oh, that makes
Yeah,
more
same
sense.
thing.
Same thing.
I have to correct myself because someone's gonna listen and correct me.
I just want to hold Jeff Cobb. Like I want to like like in Turning Red when the girl's like it's so
Yeah,
fun.
no.
Can I hold him? Like
He's got the stature of being huggable.
yes,
He do.
Red Panda.
And he's like a super chill local boy, so yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it was a very fun match, but I genuinely cannot remember any of it.
There was a lot
I can't
happening because
either.
it's 3-on-3, so everyone was kind of just doing their own thing on different sides of the arena.
I think it was because I was paying attention to see if Cobb would do a tour of the islands, and I don't think he ever did because they didn't win the match. So obviously he didn't do a tour of the islands. So I was like, oh well, I didn't get to see my favorite move, which sucked.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I remember seeing it because everyone was going on different sides of the ring, so at some point we just had to like be forced to stare at the screens.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just all shitting on TJP the whole time. That's like the things I remember.
That was
As
me
they should.
when I saw him.
Everyone was shitting on TJP.
I was like, what the fuck?
Ew.
TAP.
Yeah, he was. We were not a fan of him.
Here.
Yeah.
No one
There's
should
no
be.
reason he should be here.
What are you doing?
Yeah, the one thing I do have to say about the pre-show is there should have been more Renee and RJ.
Yeah, it's weird. They only did the stuff for 0 hour, and even then, it was like very brief, and then it was like I
They
never
had a
saw them
lot
again.
of matches for this pre-show. Like
Yes,
that
and
was
that's
like
why. Yeah.
unprecedented.
Yeah.
There were so many matches. I was really surprised.
Yeah. Look,
That makes me wonder whether or not Adam Cole would have been on the pre-show or the main show, because now I'm like,
oh
where would they have
yeah,
even put Filthy Tom and Adam Cole?
I missed that.
Somewhere in the 40 to 50 minutes of Omega versus Osprey. I'm pretty sure that's why they went as long as they did.
I think that's why Kojima and Punk went as long as it did.
Oh, that one went. Oh boy.
That one went a little longer than I expected it to.
Oh, did it? I'm
Yeah,
gonna be keep it real with you. I skipped the match.
I know you did.
Didn't watch
I
it.
wasn't allowed to. I was there.
I would have taken that as the pee break. Go eat something. Go take
Actually,
pictures.
so a lot of people did.
I
When
heard
that match was about to start, everyone could tell it was going to be that match because they had to take a minute to roll in like the trophy and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And before each match, they played like the video package on the big screen. And the moment everyone figured out it was going to be the Punk match, boos just all over. Like when the video package started, they were booing so incredibly loud. And then once the entrances happened, when it was about to be Punk's turn, you could hear the hush from the crowd of everyone like taking out their phones and stuff like that, and then to get ready to start booing him.
Which is so
Just
messed up
taking
now
a
that I think about
huge
it,
breath.
because Kojima, he's now like one of my faves.
Oh no, yeah, it was fun. We were so on his side. It was
You
awesome.
love to see Kojima.
Fucking
You
Bread
love to
Club.
see him. Unfortunately,
Just hit
sorry.
him in the dick again.
Honestly, everybody was calling for it in the movie theater too.
Oh yeah, us
They
too.
were like again. Okay, but before we get to that match, we have to talk about our AEW World Champion.
Oh yeah, fuck. I forgot about that.
Okay, yeah.
I
So
did not know that was coming on first. And then someone was like, yeah, of course MJF was going on first. I think he said it. I don't know if I can remember, dude.
yeah, he did. He like, I can't remember if he cut a promo or if he just like put out a tweet, but he was like,
Yeah.
I'm not staying in Canada
Yeah.
longer than I have to.
Makes sense. It was a good match.
So
It was.
yeah, it was okay. See, thank you. Everybody was like, oh, you can really tell Tanahashi's, like he's not in his prime anymore, and da 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 da. And I'm like, first off, why do you have to say that? The match was
Yeah.
good.
It was still good.
It was.
It can be both.
It can be. Like, it's okay that Tanahashi is no longer like 25.
Yeah. He's still going to be the ace to us.
He's still ace. He still put on a great match.
Yeah,
Like,
and
him being old did not make the match bad.
Yeah.
and I didn't hear any "you still got it" chance. So it's not like he's at that point in his
Yeah.
life, okay?
No. I don't think he ever will be, honestly.
He still is.
He will never be in the point where people feel the need to say you still got it, because he literally never lost it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's never been a point in his life where he's had to stop and he got bad and then he got good again or anything like that. He has been consistently the ace.
Literally. Okay, so I think I missed Tanahashi's entrance, most of it, because the feed cut out, and somebody had to go find the person to be like, hey, can you fix this, please? But as soon as it came back on and like I heard MJF's music and I looked at the screen and I saw MJF in the fucking prettiest teal and Burberry robe ever.
It was nice.
It was a beautiful color set.
Oh my God, he did this for me.
And every time you looked at it, there was something different.
Yes.
It was so
I can't remember if it was one of his elbow pads or if it was on his butt, but I know one of them said something like New Japan is an indie.
That was on his back.
Okay, yeah,
because he put his
one
back
had a
to the
different
camera.
Thing. Yeah,
yeah.
He had so many different
his
ones.
Elbow pad said "Ace is ass."
Yeah, I remember that one.
I can never read his elbow pads because it's a mixture of it's too small, he's moving too much, and the font is way too difficult.
It's that colonial looking font that he uses for MJF.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to point out about his gear. I own a piece of lingerie that looks exactly like his trunks. He's never beating the allegations.
It's meant to be, Madge.
Yes, it is.
You're
Get this to him immediately.
You're lingerie compatible.
We have the same sex.
Okay. What's this say about a Twitter exchange, Madge?
Oh my God. So I remember back when MJF was fighting Takeshita. It was him and Brody King. They were just going on because MJF was complaining about having to fight somebody who fights Japan strong style. And Brody King just like he not subtweets him. He QRTs him and he goes, "You're afraid of a little strong style match, Mac? Fuck. You afraid of a little strong style, Max?" And Maxwell just goes, "Yes." Send tweet. That's all I could think of the entire time because he was like, "I'm not fighting Tanahashi," and I'm like, "You afraid of a little strong style?" Yes.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Which was crazy because he says all that, but then he's pulling out Japanese wrestling moves in the match.
No, yeah.
Right? Like from the beginning, he started doing that. And everybody's
His
like,
love of wrestling always shines through. Whatever he says, he just loves wrestling.
yeah, he's just a liar. He's just a big old liar is what he is.
Lioness.
Yes. So it was super fun to see Max being the equivalent of Marty McFly, where like Marty McFly, it's like his trigger word is chicken. As soon as somebody calls him a chicken, he's like, "What the fuck did you call me?" And like,
that was so good watching that happen.
but Max and Coward, like Cole using it like last Dynamite, and then in this match,
Us chanting it was so fun.
yes, was it Tanahashi who was like trying to get y'all to say it, or were y'all already?
Yes, he was like.
Yeah.
So Max was starting to walk down the ramp, like just like quitting the match, like just fuck this, I'm not doing this. And Tana in the ring, he starts clapping. He's like, "Coward, coward," and then he gets the whole crowd into it. And then Max just marches right back up there.
Yeah, we ate it up immediately.
Oh yeah, of course. Somebody's giving you the chance to call Max a coward. Ooh, yes.
You have to do what Ace says. You have to do what Ace says.
Max was very funny.
He really was. Him being very vocal in the ring too is always such a treat. Because you can hear him like no matter where you're like sitting sometimes, and like you always just get a funny exchange.
Yes.
Yeah, he does a very good job of projecting like his voice so that you can actually hear what he's saying. It's great.
And I've said this before, I love the way that he screams.
It's so fun.
Love the way that he screams.
Him and Isaiah Cassidy made me laugh.
Oh God,
yes. Yeah. They're in the same realm of saying and doing such odd shit, and it's so funny.
Mm-hmm. There was a spot that I really enjoyed that reminded me of the spot that Tanahashi did with Hangman in the G1 Climax, where like Max tried to hit Tana with a boot, and Tana grabbed his boot, and they were just like there, and Max is like, no, because he already knows what's coming because with his signature moves, the dragon screw leg whip, and he just like, it's so funny to me, and I love it so much. It just kills me every time that he does a spot like that with the leg. It
was really fun.
Yeah,
because he has such a personality in the ring, and so does Tana. Like they both kind of understand having a personality while they're wrestling, even when they're just like in the ring doing like small, like even just like the exchanges, like the air guitar and stuff like that.
Yes,
they
the air
both
guitar
have a personality.
Like they're so like Tanahashi's so funny, and that's what I love about him. That like even though he's like one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, he's still hilarious to watch.
Yeah,
like he makes you happy, not just like oh, he's so good. It's like no, like I am genuinely happy to be in his presence. He's just so good. And I have a feeling that Max will be that way too, like one day.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
He kind of technically has that, but from the opposite side of being a heel.
Exactly. Yeah, that was literally what I was about to say, is that like he has that, but it's like like, ooh, Max is
But
out
he's
here.
using it for evil.
I can't wait to
He's using it for evil.
Yes, exactly. So Max ended up winning.
Yep. Which we all kind of,
which we knew was gonna happen.
We knew.
Like
Tanahashi was not going to be coming to AEW weekly. That was just not going to happen.
Not being injured right now, because I know he's still injured.
And not against Max.
No, not against Max.
No.
Dynamite Diamond Ring shenanigans.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, is that what I thought you? I genuinely thought you were saying Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh,
because you just put DDR
you put DDR on, and I was like, I
thought it was Dance Dance Revolution. And I'm like, what on earth are you talking about? And I figured you just explain it.
Like,
and Dynamite Diamond Ring makes so much more sense.
I just accepted it as it was.
Emi skipped ahead to the 4-way is what happened.
Yeah.
Like, those are the DDR shenanigans she's talking about. No. Dynamite Diamond Ring.
Yes.
That makes so much sense.
He did.
Yeah, which frankly to me is getting very annoying. I need him to not have that thing ASAP.
I forgot that was a thing until you said it. I was like, oh, I just thought he cheated. I forgot he did that.
He pulled it out of his...
Yeah, I thought for some reason in my dumb head, I was like, he still has the William Regal brass knuckles?
Oh.
That's what my thought was. Like, oh, I guess he still has those.
No, it's the diamonds. Unfortunately, I'm always dialed into having diamonds, so I always remember that he has it. Because he always wins the tournament.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
It's kind of like how there are like custom belts that they make for people.
Yeah.
It's
just his ring now.
Yeah, that was his custom belt before he had a custom belt.
Mm-hmm.
Now he just has both.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a really stupid question.
Okay.
That'll show that I am not as I'm current, but not as current as I think I am. What the fuck does the triple B mean? I know he always calls the belt that.
Oh my fucking god,
what the fuck does that mean?
Oh my god, I don't know.
Big Burberry belt.
Oh, is that it? Okay. He always calls it the triple B, and I was like,
I'm dead ass.
I don't know what that means.
Oh my god. It just stands for Big Burberry Belt.
Maj.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, I'll admit I did not know that.
I know you didn't. You asked the question, but Maj.
It was one of those, I have no idea what this means, but at this point I'm too afraid to ask.
Yeah, no, and I'm not afraid to ask. I would look like an idiot. I'm not afraid of looking like an idiot. I take one for the team all the time.
Obviously, it was probably after Full Gear, but like I never heard it. All I ever heard was him saying Triple B, and I'm like, what on earth does that mean? And I'm like, not important.
Nah, man, I'm English major over here, dialed into that alliteration.
Yeah, I almost failed college.
I knew exactly what he was talking about. As like, because but then again, there was like a full episode where I think when he brought it out that first day, and he kept saying Big Burberry belt, Big Burberry belt, Big Burberry belt, and then the next week he called it Triple B because obviously he acronymizes everything because his name is an acronym, and so I guess his world title belt has to also be an acronym. So Triple B, yeah.
Yeah.
Now y'all know. Now y'all know.
You want to hear something funny?
What?
Considering it's Maxwell saying it, Triple B could also stand for Big Booty Bitch.
Because I thought that was isn't that one of those brands like was it that Big Baller brand or whatever that happened
in like the 2000s
thing?
I have no idea what Big Baller brand is.
I think that was a brand from some athlete
sounds
guy.
Like something that would have come out in like the 2000s, like 2006.
Yeah, like there was like in the mid 2000s or like the mid 2010s, because I could have remembered like there was like a guest host on WWE once, because I just remember Dean Ambrose wearing like a Big Baller brand shirt because he said he wanted free t-shirts. I vaguely remember that.
I feel like it was probably LeVar Ball.
Yeah. It was that because someone made me watch it on TikTok to react, and I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Did you see? Did you see the part where
that got cut out?
Yeah,
the part. Yeah, I saw that one.
I'm not gonna say it because I can say that I'm black, I can say that I'm black, but no one can see me, so I'm not even going to run the risk.
In audio form, we probably would not be able to.
In audio form, that wouldn't fly. In video form, I could tell you what happened, but just go ahead and look up LeVar Ball in WWE,
Oh my
and you'll find
God.
out. What an episode.
Oh, it's insane.
I'm
I
so
say that
lost.
all the time.
Oh boy, you're gonna have some homework later.
I'll show you. I'll send you the video of it later.
Okay. We arrived.
Yeah.
We arrived to the match that probably neither one of you want to talk about, and I feel like we've already talked about it enough. But
Oh, I'll talk about it.
I did have some things to say because I kind of really enjoyed this match.
It was fine. There were just some
Well, I'm glad
moments that were
somebody
off.
did. Well, of course they were. It's CM Punk. The man is being held together by bubblegum.
It was interesting being there in the arena and seeing how people took to it.
Oh, I was so happy. I was so happy with the reaction. I was so happy. Okay, so it was CM Punk versus Satoshi Kojima for the first round matchup in the Owen tournament. Satoshi Kojima, also known as my now best friend, because he liked 2 of my tweets on Twitter.
Yep, your best friend.
Nice.
Today.
He's your man. He's your dude.
You're part of the bread club now.
I am part of
your
the
bread club.
Yes. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to run it down as fast as possible, and then you guys can say whatever you want afterwards. But I need to get these points out because I know that like these were the most enjoyable things for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So everyone in the movie theater sang along to the first line. Like we were all waiting on it to hit. Like the like it happened, and we were like, "Ooh, we're all ready! Like we're all ready for this shit." And so we all sang, "Look in my eyes, what do you see?" And the dude at the bottom of the movie theater went, "All I see is a little punk ass bitch," and every fucking person in that movie theater fucking died laughing. The guys that were next to me that were CM Punk fans wearing the CM Punk shirts, even they were like, "Okay, I'm a CM Punk fan, but that shit was fucking hilarious."
And they were right.
That's funny.
And they were right. And they were like, "Yeah, you were right. You're right. I'm a CM Punk fan.
Correct.
You're right."
We're not in Chicago
Can't
anymore.
disagree with you.
Yes. So that was amazing. Like that was one of the greatest interactions I had the whole night. It was amazing. The elbow drop that got Punk square in the yam bags, as Taz would say,
dick,
made every single man in that movie theater groan out loud.
Yeah, see, I didn't catch that live.
I didn't either.
Apparently men are just like, they know.
Yeah. Literally all
sense.
of them went, "Ooh," they all went, "Ooh," and I was just like, "What? Huh?" All I saw was an elbow drop. They're like, no. He got him square, like in the balls. And I was like, "Oh, he did?" Like, I didn't even
do it again.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was like, "Damn,
let's shoot for twice."
And then they showed the replay, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, that's bad." I see it now.
Watch out, he's gonna say it's intentional.
One of them popped.
Right? That's what I said. I was like, "Damn. He's gonna think that was on purpose."
Yep, he's gonna have a whole thing. Don't put him on the scrum.
Yeah.
Don't put him on the scrum.
Well, he didn't win a
eat
title,
a fucking
so
blueberry and say he went out for his dick.
Yeah.
A blueberry. There's no reason that was that funny, but it was.
So he was healing it up pretty much the whole entire match, which I thought was very enjoyable. Like he was allowing the crowd to have their reaction and making it like worse.
Yeah.
Which I think was very good. Like that was the right thing to do. Just like how the Elite healed it up in Chicago with the whole like biting, like pretending to bite the arm and everything, like, and then doing the really bad buckshot. Like this was the perfect
Can
reaction.
I say something about the buckshot?
Oh god.
Because consequently, that was also something I was there live for.
Ooh.
I, in my entire life, have never ever experienced secondhand embarrassment that badly. I cringed so hard. I looked away from the ring and just hugged myself. Like I could not believe someone could do something so terribly
Oh yeah.
and
Oh well.
twice.
Well, wait for that. Wait for that GTS.
Right.
I didn't
So
watch it. And
Oh, you're gonna.
I probably
Oh,
never will,
oh, you don't
but
have
we'll
to.
see.
that
That
would be
fucking GTS.
that was enjoyable as somebody who like likes to shit on Punk. So I know you'll see it at some point. So that was a great choice for him to do. So and the crowd was fully in favor of Kojima. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
just anti-Punk.
Yeah.
Like
I
it was
didn't think they
very
were gonna do
clearly
that too. I didn't think he was gonna do that. At first, at one point, like he was kind of just like standing there taking it in, but not reacting to it. To the point that I was thinking, like, oh no, like he's just gonna like snap at some point, like out of camera for like the bad, like just like all of like the bad publicity and stuff he's getting. And I was like, oh, he's gonna have like another one of those tirades. And then, but then he started doing like kind of like heelish stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, he's smart at least.
yeah.
Well,
I
So
mean, in the moment.
so Kojima getting the chance that he got were very nice. Like every time that Kojima would get offense, there would be cheers.
Oh
So
yeah,
that made me so happy. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy for this man. I'm so
the crowd
happy
was
for
very
him.
pro New Japan.
Yes,
Thank God.
yes, they were very pro New
they
Japan.
really were.
Like
And
they
yeah,
were all being like they were all just showing their respect and stuff like that, which I'm thank God for.
yes. Oh my
Yes.
God. Like I can only imagine how it would be like in a different place. Like
Mm,
where people were like, I don't know what the fuck New Japan is. Like that would kill me. That would
yeah.
kill me. Like I would be so upset. Like if they didn't show them the respect that they deserve.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Red Shoes got two chants. I mean,
Yes. As
that was
soon as
like
I
the
saw Red
moment he
Shoes.
came out, we all realized, like, oh fuck, that's Red Shoes, and that's when we started.
Yes. So the another favorite thing that Punk did was when he had Kojima in the turnbuckle and he just was like telling us what he was gonna do and he was like lariat Kojima lariat Kojima. I was like, oh my God, you're such a dickhead. I hate you so much. That was literally me the entire match just going, you fucking prick, you're such a prick. But it was like enjoyable, you know, like very enjoyable for me. So I'm glad that it went the way that it did. I hope that they keep going with this. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
they will in Canada. I'm still not sure how they'll do things when they come back to America, but I hope against hope that they continue this heel shit for Punk. Because if
It's
I
hard
have
to
to see him on
say.
my screen, if I have to see him on my screen, I want to see him as a heel.
Yeah, because I mean, even in the arena, everyone out loud was basically like, "Well, we already know who's gonna win it," or like, "Oh, we already know what's gonna happen." Like they were always kind of just like defeated with it in
Yeah.
terms of like the actual tournament.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that pans out. Because like supposedly the ticket sales haven't really been as good in Canada
Mm-hmm.
for Collision at least.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
never really expected Collision to be getting good ticket sales, pretty much because like they don't fill up arenas for like Dynamite.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll talk about Collision later. Let's keep going.
yes. So Kojima lost. Punk gave him the fucking worst go to sleep I've ever seen in my life.
It was really bad. It was so bad that lots like people around me were talking about how bad it was from like different angles.
Literally, like that was the first thing out of my mouth. Like I was the loudest person in the movie theater at this point. I was like, that fucking GTS was
It
so
was bad.
fucking bad.
It was so bad. I was actually like thinking in my head, oh, they're gonna try to do it again, try to salvage it.
Oh my God, could you
That would have
imagine?
been the only option in my brain. I'm like, that sucks so much. Like, we'll just try it again.
Nah, man, he just doubled down. He was like,
He did, and it was
"No,
so bad.
pin. That's it. We're done
And that's
here."
what all like everyone was talking about Kenta around me. I'm like, well, fucking Kenta's now got to do something.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, okay. So that was my thought when I saw that super shitty ass GTS. I was like, okay, Kenta, show up and show this man how to do a real GTS. Like, I need you to show up right now.
yeah,
I need you to show up. And then like they just like kept showing Punk and him like leaving, and then he did that. Madge.
Yes.
He got up the ramp and he looked back at the crowd and he was like, up. And then he walked through the baby face tunnel. And I was like, you motherfucker. I hate you so much. How could you tease people like this, bro? Like,
It was weird.
I cannot. Oh, he's so evil. He's so evil. He might go through a baby face tunnel on TV, but that man is a heel in real life. It doesn't matter what he thinks about
I
himself.
want to say a sentence so badly, but
Say it.
we already no. We
She
already
can't.
established
She can't.
earlier in the no. I
Say
cannot.
it. I admitted I
We
didn't know what
already
Triple B stood for, so.
We established this earlier in the podcast. It is a word I will not say.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm. I didn't ask, sir. I just didn't ask. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. I didn't ask all that. Like, oh my fucking god.
Okay, so we're
If
gonna
I could roll my eyes any harder, I would.
For
but
real.
I like my eyesight.
Do you want to skip ahead now? That way we don't have to talk about him anymore.
Yeah, let's hit
Okay.
this
What is there
four-way
to
though.
talk about?
Perfect. So
What do
this
you want
match,
to talk about? I'm
Oh,
so
God.
sorry.
That's it.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
You want to talk about it?
that's Vaughn's
Doesn't he
favorite
say
person.
that like?
My favorite
Doesn't he
person
say
in the
that like
world.
every single week on
So
on
much
Raw?
so. Oh yeah, he's got like a checklist. He's got to say that. He's got to mention his dad. He's got to cry.
What the fuck is he? How do you
He's
have
got
so
to
much
end
water?
racism.
He's got to end racism.
He's got to end racism.
Okay,
All right.
so on to bigger and better things. International title 4-way.
This one was great.
Orange Cassidy, our international champion, versus Katsuyori Shibata, the ROH Pure champion, versus Zack Sabre Jr., the New Japan World TV champion, versus Daniel Garcia, who is a former ROH Pure champion.
This one was interesting because everyone in my like area, no one was on the same page of who they thought was gonna win. Everyone had a different answer.
love that. I love that. That's what makes matches like these so good, is when you just don't know who's going to come out on top.
Oh, I knew.
I had someone convinced it was going to be Zack Sabre Jr. for multiple reasons. I had some guys who were like, it's going to be Daniel. It was like there were so many people with all of their different like theories.
I was thinking Shibata, personally.
My dude won
I
a
should have
blackjack battle
known.
royal.
Yeah.
I should have known it was going to be orange.
I knew it was going to be
just-
orange
yeah.
because like I figured if they had to let him lose and finally get rid of that title, this would have been a good way to have done it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
agree.
let it be another champion or
Yeah.
a former ROH champion.
Because this only just leads into the question, who is going to be the one to take it from it? Because I do like the story of how his body is just deteriorating over time in matches. Like that's really good storytelling. Like the more he's doing this, the more like his arm and his hand, like his hand is wearing down, and everyone's exploiting that to that point. So it's really interesting.
It is. It's like the clock is ticking.
Yes, exactly. I liked that aspect of the match a lot, but then I also liked the other part of the match, which was that the three men who are champions were completely sidelining Daniel Garcia.
Sunned that guy. Sunned that man.
Literally. Like some of the best
He had to.
exchanges
Oh,
Yeah, he had to do his
pushing him
peacocking. He had to do
away.
his dancing.
No, every time he get hit and they get like he would just dance again. I was like, fuck, that's so good.
The entire movie theater was dying laughing every single time he did it. Like, could not. Like, it was so funny. They would just kick him away or shove him away, and he just.
It was so good. Oh, okay,
And
that
he
reminds
just
me.
hit his little dancey dance.
I'm not sure if this got caught on camera because I'm pretty sure once the match ended, it was still focused on Orange Cassidy. But as they were all leaving the arena, or the thing, Daniel was leaving first, and everyone gave him kind of like that round of applause because like he was good in it. But as he was leaving, he was already up the ramp already, and Zack Sabre Jr. was like kind of following after, like storming after him as Daniel was like right at like basically at the gorilla. He started dancing again to taunt Zack Sabre Jr. and Zack Sabre Jr. just like stormed away, like trying to catch him.
Oh my god,
I love
it was
that.
So funny.
Yeah, they didn't.
No,
put
I
that on
don't
the
think
TV.
cameras caught that.
Oh, it was so fun. I was like, ah, man, people missed that.
Yeah, we did.
Because
We
like
sure
once the matches end, once the guys are kind of like walking back to their thing, they're kind of already like out of character already, or like they're pretty much already off. Like maybe they'll hobble a little bit, but I was like, damn, that's a really, really good way to kind of still be in character.
hmm
It is. Daniel is so good.
He's so good. Like all of them were great in this match. Like
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
all like use their talent to the best of their ability, and the way that each of their styles like fit into everybody else's style was really cool.
Yes.
They were all really strong even at the end.
Mhm.
Yes, they
I
all looked
loved
great.
I loved Danny G's little showdown that he had with Shibata, like
Yeah.
where he was just trying to,
Yeah.
because Shibata's like his kind of philosophy is to just push the person he's in the ring with just a little bit harder with like every single hit. And Danny G, of course, is very susceptible to being pushed because he's such a young talent. And it's this dynamic that just works. And it's so fun to watch. And it was so hard hitting. I just like
We kept
watching
chanting at him
Shibata
that he's a
wrestle.
wrestler.
Yeah.
He's a wrestler, whether he knows it or not.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that the crowd was still able to like bring in like a little piece of lore from like 8 months ago when he was in a different storyline to like try to like get him to remind him, because I like the idea that he's in here with some of the greatest wrestlers and also greatest sports entertainers that we have like
Yeah.
in this company, and like but all of them are very good wrestlers. So it's almost like, hey, if you tapped into your wrestler a little bit more than you are right now, maybe you could be one of these people with the title right now, but you don't.
And they all have such wildly
But
different
shit didn't.
styles too.
They
Exactly.
do. Yeah. And they meshed so well. It was like a plate of spaghetti.
The match was like for the ending, the it was Orange stealing a pin from Shibata after
That was so
Shibata
good.
had put his move onto Danny G. So that reminded me of how he did that to Pac in the Kenny Pac Omega match at Double or Nothing 21. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That was such a good spot when he did that. And it was kind of the same here, like just stealing somebody's pin. And it's
Mhm.
crazy that he's like going to these lengths. Like it's almost a little dirty. Like that's not clean. Like,
Almost, but like
He just gets a little bit more desperate as his body starts to
yeah.
break down.
exactly.
He finds more and more creative ways to win.
Yeah.
And then we had the whole like dick measuring contest at the end afterwards.
Of everyone holding up their titles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
the good
But
shit.
not Danny.
not Danny. Poor Danny. I hope this means something for him though, like putting him in this match. Like
Yeah.
maybe something will come up with him again. Because like what I don't like is when you can tell that there's a story with someone going into it, like not even going into a pay-per-view, because like they barely even talked about Daniel Garcia before this match. He's been very like off to the side very recently. So when you put him in this match and you have him going up against all of these great TV champions, and then you drop the ball the next week without mentioning him again, it's like, what are you doing? Like, there was a story here. I'd like to see the rest of the story.
Yeah, it's
So,
kind of like Tony makes really great matches, but sometimes he doesn't gauge that there's something more there. Like he makes them to be like one offs or two offs, but there's more to the story that the wrestlers created that he could keep going with, but he doesn't keep going with.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's
Like
booking
it
like 20 different shows.
seriously, man, slow down. You don't have to do this.
But we'll see, I guess. I mean,
We will see.
we're gonna have to watch Dynamite later on because it's on right now. To
Yeah.
see if anything comes of it, but hopefully it
I,
does. Because
I want to
like
believe
to
it
see,
will.
Yeah, I like to see Danny in a good spot. He's so
Me
good.
too.
He has the potential.
So much potential.
Very entertaining, very great wrestler.
Yes. And speaking of potential,
Oh,
Oh God, this match.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus the IWGP World Heavyweight Champ Sonata.
I
yeah.
remember I
How'd you
remember
feel about
reading
this?
somewhere. God, what did I read? I remember reading somewhere because I guess they were trying to gauge the Japanese audience reaction to that, and I think they said like there was a lot of fans who were kind of upset that it kind of made Sonata and like the world heavyweight champion kind of like it didn't seem as important as it was because it was such an early match with a like opponent they didn't know about. It seems like they weren't really giving it the prestige that it should have had,
Right. And I do agree
which in
with,
a way I can kind of see and agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree as well. To me, it when they announced it, it felt like an odd match. And then even when the match happened and it was good, it still felt like an odd match.
Something was weird about it.
Yeah.
It's
And
like it got lost in translation.
Yeah.
part of it for me was I love Sonata. I watched the only New Japan stuff I've ever watched like and actually paid attention to was the G1 Climax 2018, and I remember he was in a lot of that. And like he
Mm.
was doing he was trying his best. Like I'm pretty sure he had like a narrative story arc going in throughout that G1 Climax because I remember actually paying attention to his character. And one of the things
Yeah.
one of the things that I liked about him is that is that first off, he is so fucking handsome.
Yeah, he is.
That man
He's
is so
pretty.
handsome. That man is so handsome. And you could see that there was so much potential in him. So when I saw that he was IWGP champ, like starting, was it this year that he won it? Where did he win it?
It was this year. I think he won at Dominion. I think.
Yeah. So him being champ, I was like, oh yes, this is good. Like I'm so happy for Sonata, this and that. But then I saw the reactions on Twitter and they were like, oh, Sonata, really? Like, and I'm just like, hey,
Sonata is not the problem here.
don't say that about my boy Sonata. He has so much potential. Like, give him a chance. So then it comes to Forbidden Door, which is something that I actually watched that has New Japan stars on it, and it's Jungle Boy, and immediately people were like, "Oh, really, Sonata, this and that," and "Oh, really, Jack Perry, this and that," and I'm just like, I'm such like a mother hen when it comes to certain people that I see potential in that I think just need to be given more time, and Jungle Boy is one of those people, and so is Sonata. So I'm like immediately defensive about both of them. So I was like, just give them a chance. Just give them a chance. Like, please, please, just give them a chance. So when I watched the match, I was so happy. I was like the most gleeful person in the whole movie theater. Like this was for me. I did enjoy the men's reactions to seeing Sonata. Like they did say he was very handsome, and I was like, yes, he is very handsome. Like I know all of you would risk it all for Sonata. Like say no more. I know. But one of the things that I didn't like was that I felt like this match deserved more time, or that it could have kicked into a different gear. Like
Yeah.
there was definitely more that they could have done that it felt like it got cut short.
Yeah, it did
And
feel it felt short to me also because for some reason my stream cut out and I wasn't able to get it back for like 5 minutes. So I wasn't so like the entrances, the beginning of the match, and then it felt way too short. Like even if you cut 5 minutes off of a match, it shouldn't feel like you just turned it on and then it's over.
mm-hmm. Vaughn, what'd you think of it?
It was kind of hard to gauge because once Jungle Boy came out, everyone was like ready to boo him. I mean, we still did like his entrance thing while still booing him. So it's like we want to have fun, but we still don't like you. Like
Mhm.
and the whole time I was watching it, I was every now and then I'm like, oh yeah, Hook's here. I just get just staring at Hook sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, he's still there. Okay, cool. Like trying to gauge that because I think at that point the whole time of the match, everyone was just waiting for him to turn. I think that was kind of something that was looming over the match the whole time, because they were anticipating something that may or may not have happened.
See, that
So
does make
yeah,
sense. That does make sense because it felt like there was something that was supposed to happen, and then when it didn't happen, and then it happened like a couple minutes after, like once they're all the way up the ramp and this and that.
yeah,
So like it was kind of like the pacing of that moment was maybe a little bit off,
yeah,
but just I think they were trying to get there.
yeah,
So maybe that's why the match kind of like felt off.
yeah. Because the moment they got to the end of the ramp, everyone, and like people around, we were all like, "Oh, okay, it's on."
Yeah.
Like, get out your phones. We know what's happening.
Oh yeah. Like the guy that the CM Punk fans that I was talking about that were to my left, like immediately as soon as they got up on the ramp, he was like, "Oh my God, it's happening."
Yeah, that's what we all said that too. And then we were all like, "Oh, you fucked up. Oh, you
Yeah,
fucked up."
which I think I saw that same tweet that you were talking about where it said that the turn made everyone forget about the match.
Yeah,
So Sonata was an afterthought, which I
it
agree
really
with.
was. Like after that happened, you could not.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. Like it did feel like he was an afterthought, and your IWGP champion should not feel like an afterthought. So
No.
Yeah,
even though he won the match, which I'm sure is one of the like I know that's one of the things that Tony probably had to figure out, like how many matches is New Japan gonna win, how many matches are we gonna win, just to keep it very safe, to keep our alliance in check and everything, but
oh
also
yeah,
not really making the win feel like important also doesn't help. Like that's not I don't see that as a win for New Japan.
yeah. I
It
remember.
made Go ahead.
I was talking to someone in the crowd, like I think around this point, and they were saying like how upset they were that like so many New Japan people were losing. Like it kind of like it seemed off so far.
But see, that's weird because I'm trying to think.
Or it might not have been this match, but I think it was like it's like somewhere around there. It seemed like there was kind of like an imbalance.
That's fair
Yeah.
because up until this point, only like one New Japan star has won. Two,
Yeah, and it
two
did
with
seem like an
Sonata.
afterthought.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That the New Japan wins were higher up on the card. Is
Yeah,
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed the match though. Like they started when they started chopping each other and like I felt like it was getting somewhere.
yeah,
It just never hit that point that was like, oh, okay, like this is amazing.
yeah. On both sides, they were good. It just it there was something about it that was missing.
Exactly.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
oh, I do have to say one thing. I always have to point out Jungle Boy and Hangman comparisons. It's very important to me. So, one of the things that I saw Jungle Boy do at some point, he did something that was kind of cheeky, like kind of heelish.
Yeah.
He turned and he looked over his shoulder and he raised his eyebrow, and it gave Hangman so much. And I was like, I've seen Hangman do this a million times. Like, I know I've seen this man do this cheeky shit. Like, come on. Like, I can't deal with the people who
Those
get
curly haired
upset.
blondes, you can't trust them. You can't trust
Exactly.
curly haired blonde men.
I mean, well,
They know their power.
Jungle Boy's a brunette, but like long
Dirty blonde.
curly haired,
He's a
long
dirty
haired
brunette.
blonde.
long curly haired boys, white boys, baby faces. Can't trust those guys.
The
Can't trust them.
prettiest things you've ever seen in your life. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if not comparable to Hangman, then why parallel? Like just
For real. And I wanted to say, like, because on the Double or Nothing podcast, one of the things I was hoping for was to eventually see Hook no longer be on the pre-show and get him on the main card.
Mm.
This is how we get Hook on the main card.
yes.
This is how it finally happens.
This feud
In a
is going to be
feud with
interesting.
Jungle Boy. This is how we finally get Hook on the main card. We get Hook fighting somebody, and it's like it's a real like feud.
Yeah, this
It's
is
not
yeah.
it's not something that's one-sided where someone just hates Hook and Hook fights them.
yeah,
Yeah.
and oh my
This is
God.
gonna be a real feud.
He actually has a little emotional beat to it now.
Yes, he was so cute when he was on the floor and he curled into himself and he had his hands on top of his head. He was like a little turtle. He was so
Your
That
mother
boy
hen
only
is
has like
very
2
hard right now.
friends.
I
One of them is his dad.
know. He was
Also, Taz was heated.
yes. Oh my
Taz was
God.
Yeah, that was something I
going
couldn't
off the
see.
The
shit.
first thing, okay, listen, Vaughn. I'm gonna explain to you how they showed it to us.
Yeah.
So they cut away from Jungle Boy, right? Like
Mhm.
he had done the heel thing of like
Yeah, the
his hands up to
his
do his
OEO
little
thing.
wave, and he was like mocking the crowd, and then
That was fun.
he looked at the bell, and then he like threw it away in disgust or whatever, and then immediately it cuts to Taz at commentary,
Oh.
and the first thing you see is Taz has his glasses off.
Oh shit. Yeah, see, we were
Mhm.
all trying to figure. We were like thinking Taz was doing something. Like we were all kind of like,
And
where's Taz at?
the first thing out of my brother's mouth was like, I have never seen this man without his glasses off. Holy shit.
That's how you know it's real.
That's
That's
how
his
you
son.
know. Ooh, he fucked up.
He means business.
Ooh,
He's
this boy.
upset, and
I
now
even
someone's
I even
gonna pay
chanted, "You
for it.
fucked up" at him.
Yes, we heard it. We heard it. I was just about to mention it. Yes, the you fucked up chants were so fucking real. And Taz brought it up too. He was like, yeah, he sure did. He sure did mess up. Like, he was
Taz
so
was ready to go.
yeah. And Excalibur was like, are you okay? Like, you need anything? Like, like you just
He
ooh.
couldn't even talk. He was
Yeah, he
just.
could barely
It
talk.
was so good.
He played it
was so
so
good.
well. Like either he's a very good actor or he really felt that shit.
Probably both, I think.
Yeah. Cause like, okay, wait, I'm gonna say something. I was listening to one of the Fightful podcasts about Forbidden Door from this weekend.
Mhm.
And something that Sean Ross Sapp said is that Taz is very protective of Hook. Like when they don't mention Hook in an article that should have mentioned him in an article, like it talks about a specific like match or feud or certain wrestlers, and Hook is in that group of wrestlers, and they don't mention him. Sean Ross Sapp was like, I literally got an email like immediately after the article like came out asking why no Hook, like
Where's my
why is he not
son?
there? Like he's like very protective of Hook, like he supports him very well. So
I love
like
that dynamic.
yeah, so
That's cute.
it's like, oh, he's such a supportive dad. I know he's pissed right now. I know he's angry. Yeah, it was, and then he didn't show up the rest of the night.
No, he was
Oh yeah,
gone.
see, I didn't know who was on commentary because from the way I was sitting at the ramp, I could see the Japanese commentators, which on Twitter I found out that apparently if you got it via like Fightful or Bleacher Report or wherever the fuck you get it in like a Western country, you could not get
Mhm.
Japanese commentary. You could only get English. And I was like, wait,
Oh,
I definitely saw Japanese commentators there. That's a weird option.
It might have
So
been,
apparently if you buy it via like the New Japan thing, you could buy it then, but not
yeah,
if
I
you
was
got like
gonna
a
say,
so it
I'm
was
Western
like
sure
one.
the languages
they
were
probably had it on New
geo-locked.
Japan World.
They're probably geo-locked
Yeah,
or something
probably.
weird like that. I don't know. I'm
Which is
using
weird because in the entrances they had both like English and Japanese like announcers.
yeah, they did. They even had Spanish announcers, and Thunder Rosa was there.
Oh, nice.
Thunder.
And
Oh
a
yeah.
table didn't get broken?
This is a WWE.
Well, I mean, there was that one during the Omega Osprey.
Oh yeah, true, true.
Was that the Spanish desk?
No, that was Taz and Excalibur, and oh, not Taz,
It was
Excalibur and
Shivani.
Shivani and whoever the Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly was there.
That's right.
Yes, but Taz is a very supportive father, and I appreciate that in a man. Yeah.
It's a very good quality to have.
Yeah. It's like I want a dad as supportive as Taz is to Hook. It's so sweet.
And
Me too. What the hell?
speaking of supportive dads,
Oh, I was like supportive dad. I realized what's next.
Oh yeah.
so the next match had a very supportive dad
The most supportive of dads.
and uncle in John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli with Moxley's sons, Konosuke Takeshita, Shota Umino, and Wheeler Yuta.
I would love to see that trio in action.
Yes, going up against
Bad dads.
Are they bad?
Are they dads? Do they have children?
I mean, out of kayfabe, they have children.
This I know, but do they have like wrestling kids? Really?
Wrestling children? I don't know if they do.
Yeah, because we're not
particularly.
Allowed. We can't let them. They'll be bad.
Probably, honestly.
Yeah. So we had Hangman, we had the Bucks, we had Tomohiro Ishii, and we had Eddie Kingston going up against the others.
I would like to point out that this time last year, Eddie was fighting with Wheeler and Shota, and this time he was fighting Wheeler and Shota against himself.
That was literally one of the first things I said out loud in the movie theater. I was like, I can't believe those are his children. Like in my head.
He's fighting the nephew.
Fighting his children. I was so upset.
This match was so interesting for so many reasons.
Yes, please talk about it. This is your match now.
Oh gosh. Okay.
This is yours.
How should I start this? So I mean, yeah, it starts with the entrances, you know, with like the first one to come out was Eddie, and the fucking arena exploded.
Okay, wait. Talking about
insane.
His entrance, he had the Darby Allin graphics up, like on the sides where it was
Did he
say Eddie Kingston in his font?
Oh shit.
Darby Allin has the same font for his name in his graphics. They put Darby Allin on the side.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yes, they did.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was too busy screaming.
It was the first thing me and the back row noticed at the movie theater. We were like,
so
what the
funny.
fuck? Okay, continue.
Oh no, that was great. So yeah, Eddie and them come out, and Ishii comes. They both come out, and then the moment "Carry On My Wayward Son" started playing, it doesn't matter if you're pro elite or anti elite or anything like that.
Yeah, baby.
You know, your inner Tumblr supernatural girl is gonna come out, and you're just gonna start screaming that song.
So true.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The past does not die.
Like Emi said, Hangman is the main character of wrestling. In that moment, he really is.
Thank you. More people are agreeing with me. It's true.
Well, in that moment, he was. It changes from time to time, but in that moment, definitely, especially because he's the one out in the middle of Hung Bucks and stuff like that.
What's funny is that the only times I ever feel like he's not the main character is when Eddie's the main character.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, he's usually the main character, except in this instance.
Yes, because in this match he wasn't.
Oh no, yeah, because that was a thing of when I came into this match, I was thinking like, oh yeah, you know what, with Elite versus BCC, yeah, blah blah blah, we have that feud, but then literally like it all like everyone knew in that moment, the moment Eddie came out, we're like, oh fuck yeah, this is Eddie's moment, and it was in the match itself. Everyone had really good moments and points and stuff like that. At the heart of it, we were all emotionally invested in Eddie and Mox. That was the thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We could not tear ourselves away from it. We were all so invested.
Yes.
And I don't even know if they like knew that was going to happen or if anyone could have anticipated that. But the moment those two were in the ring staring each other down, we all went.
It was like Bryan versus Omega. It was just
it was so good.
It was insane.
Because everyone was like, what's going to happen? Who's going to hit each other first? Like we basically got a whole fucking dramatic movie with just those two every time they were against each other.
Every time.
It was incredible. Like it really was kind of watching like a car crash in slow motion while someone like or two people are also having a divorce in front of you.
We are the children of divorce. The divorce is Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley.
Yeah, and then it was like, no, hit me. No, you hit me. Okay, we'll hit each other. Hit me more. Hit me again. Like that was crazy. And then I swear to God, the moment that the Bucks were gonna super kick Mox and Eddie took the thing, I was in shock.
Me too.
Like I know,
I didn't see that one coming.
In like hindsight, like a lot of people be like, "Oh, that's cheesy," or like, "Oh, that's so like over." I'm like, no. In the moment while we were on that high of watching those two, and he took it for him, I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it came out of
Like
nowhere.
that was storytelling.
It was
Yeah, no, yeah,
so
he
good.
didn't need to do it. He didn't need to, but he still took it.
Yeah,
It went against everything that he was trying to do in the first place, but he just cares about Mox that much.
Yeah. Like those two were hitting each other the whole time. They were like they were trying to squash their beef, but at the same time still try to fight, but still try to show others that like, hey, you can't fuck with them, only I can. Like fuck Claudio, but still up the U mock. Like it was incredible.
it was so good.
So good.
You could tell that at some point before when they were talking about what they were going to do in the match, that the Bucks definitely went like, okay, so normally our drama is like the main character of
Yeah.
any of our matches. This time, this is all BCC. This is all Mox and Eddie.
Yeah. That was the smartest decision because
Absolutely.
Yeah,
if they
because
had
I
tried
would
to
have,
push it more as like the elite, I would have been so fucking furious.
I know you would have, and I would have too, because it's gotten to the point. There's a reason also that I got you on this podcast, because I noticed that a lot of what we do is we're very, very pro elite. Obviously, like we love hanging, but like
So you had to bring in a ringer.
I realized
Yeah.
that I wasn't, or we both weren't getting into the emotional aspects of the BCC.
They're
And
so
Yeah.
interesting in what they're doing.
exactly, that I know they're interesting, but I needed someone else to come in here and kind of guide me through it, because there's some times where I'm so hangman focused, blinders
Yeah.
on, that
Me too.
I stop paying attention to what's going on with Moxley and what's going on his side of things. So
Mm.
I am very glad that the elite stuff did take like a back seat
Yeah.
to what was going on with
Yeah.
BCC and Eddie.
Yeah.
And
Because I
I'm
mean,
glad Eddie
yeah,
got a big stage to be able to do it.
he really
Yes.
did. And now him going into the G1, like just larger than life right now, like
Whew.
everyone's gonna miss him. And it's really gonna take that lull at least away from AEW. But him being in New Japan is gonna be so incredible for him.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's funny because I like I'm okay with the elite. Like I don't care for them in the sense of like them being like EVPs and stuff like that. But like if I like don't think about that and think of them as just kayfabe characters, at this moment, it would not have made sense for them to take precedent, at least like storyline wise, in this 5-man match,
Mhm.
because they're in a position right now in their storylines like, well, they're back together already, like there's
Yes.
really nothing for them to have done because there's no conflict within them at this moment. So
Right.
obviously, like if they tried to like take any sort of like spotlight, it's like, well, where do you go from there? You're doing nothing right now. Obviously, like it's just the dynamics of Eddie being like fuck you like to the Bucks and them, but still being cool with Ishii, but also like he loves Mox, but he hates Claudio more.
Yeah.
And it's like you have all of these like different side dynamics. And then of course you have Shota and his relationship with Mox being basically trained under him. You have like Yuta being like the young lion of the BCC trying to take like make a name for himself being trained by Mox and Claudio and Brian. You even have like Takeshita on his own little thing, like trying to solidify himself as a heel and his own person as well. Like you have more people who are individually like more interesting and need more time to actually build up what they want to do,
Mhm.
rather than have like, your main characters take up focus while they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
so right.
You're
Yeah.
very correct.
And speaking of Takeshita, like I loved what they did with him in this match.
Oh,
Because
it was incredible.
like that
So
spot
good.
where he's with Ishii and he just knocks him with a forearm,
Oh, it was so
and
we were all
Ishii
in
just
awe.
dropped to the floor. Oh my God, we fucking gasped. I was
For
like,
him to do that for him is such a level of respect.
It
yes,
really is.
like he
It really is.
made that man in that moment. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
definitely, I was like, oh, this is good. This is
And
good.
like everybody was on their A game, but I feel like Konosuke, like specifically, he came to kill.
He
Like
did.
he knew he wasn't going to be like the main focus of the match, so he knew to get his shit in,
Yeah. He
and
was
he
one
did.
man out of 9 and he made it work.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely. So that Madge, I think you added this in here. Something about Mox versus Eddie. The chop fight.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that was
Oh
so
my
good.
God. So when so like it starts off with them just standing in the ring together and they're like going back and forth. Like Eddie was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, man?" And Mox was like, "Nah, you're not gonna do this. You're gonna fight me." And once they get started, and it just keeps ramping up, and they keep hitting each other harder and harder and harder, and then the other two teams, they just start to trickle in and they fight, and like Eddie and Mox are in the middle, and they're still just going
Yeah.
was like the perfect visual analogy for the story of the match altogether.
Yeah.
Like
It was so
the
good.
heart of this is Mox versus Eddie, and everyone else is fighting each other because they all have a different vendetta.
Yeah.
But it's about this one specifically.
The funny thing is, when that first started, everyone was outside of the arena. I like watching them. They all got out of the or out of the arena, out of the ring. So I saw like the Bucks hang on to them. They were all like on a knee or like they were kind of like near like the ring post and stuff like that on the floor, just
Mhm.
letting them have their
Mhm.
moment and watching them.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yes, they
love
were
that.
they were just watching like it was a movie.
Yeah, it was so
It was
visually
so good.
interesting.
Yeah, that moment when Mox and Eddie got in together and the crowd all stood up, it gave me shades of when Hangman and Kenny came in during the trios match at All Out last year, and like the entire crowd just erupted like, oh shit, it's
Yeah,
about to go down, you know? It was like, oh, that was such a perfect moment. And just seeing Mox and Eddie
it
have
was
that
so good.
too, it was like, oh, it's so
So
beautiful.
good.
They are so good at storytelling.
They
They
are.
are. What are they so good at this for? It's for us, but what are you so good at it for?
Okay, I do have to say a little thingy about Hangman because he didn't
Say it. Say it.
I
I
didn't
took
feel
pictures specifically for you.
okay. So okay, well actually I have two things to say. One, he didn't come out in pink Hangman in pink
He
cowboy.
did not.
So
Homophobic.
bad. It's so homophobic
In
during
Pride Month,
Bastard.
homophobic.
during Pride Month.
Absolute bastard.
He's not getting invited to the Barbie premiere.
No.
No, you're at this rate, you're not going to the Barbie premiere. And nobody wants that. So you need to shape up and get
Exactly.
some pink cowboy gear.
I already told him Warner Brothers, Warner Brothers is Barbie. You guys are under Warner Brothers, okay? There is chances here to do some like multi-level marketing, okay? Just like they do with Shark Week, just like they did with House of the Dragon, just like they did with Rick and Morty, okay? There should be some Barbie movie
I would fucking
level
scream
marketing
if there was Barbie stuff.
in wrestling right now,
There
okay?
should be.
Okay, and Hangman
You know who's
wearing
doing
pink
Barbie
cowboy
right
gear
now?
would be it,
You know who's doing Barbie right now? Seth Rollins.
right?
You're gonna let Seth
Oh
Rollins
yeah,
stunt on you?
I
You're
saw that.
gonna let Seth
You're gonna
Rollins
just
take.
sit there and let him stunt on you? Is that
Mm,
what you're gonna do?
yes, I'm so angry. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Marvel actor Seth Rollins.
exactly.
Oh my
So,
God, yeah.
and then the one other thing I have to say about Hangman in this match is that he did his comeback. Okay, like we learned what a comeback is from the Dark Order, is when he gets that hot tag and then he comes in and he starts being a one-man wrecking crew, right? And he does all his little moves that he does, you know, the like up over the rope or whatever, off the turnbuckle, and hit somebody with an arm, and then he dives out, and then he goes back in and he dives back out again, and then he did the shooting star press on Takeshita outside while the Bucks were holding
Oh,
him.
so good.
That was so good. It
So
was
good.
so fun. And I just know the Dark Order was mad upset about that shit. Mad upset and mad horny.
Of course,
Real.
always.
1000%.
Dude, I was so upset because the whole like I at this point I realized if I every time I go to a BCC thing, I'm never gonna fucking see them enter because they're never gonna come from the thing. So why
Okay,
do I
I was
ever
gonna
sit
bring
by the
this up
ramp
to you.
Right?
anymore?
I was gonna bring this up to you, Vaughn. Why do you keep doing ramp side when they show up on the other side of the arena? You need to be on the other side.
I don't know, man. In my dumb
You-
brain, I was like, maybe I'll get noticed one of these days, but I always do outside, not hard cam, like an idiot. I forget every time, but they're not hard cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like being
They're
over
One of
always
these
there,
days I'll be
so hard to
ringside, like
see.
actual ringside.
like like diagonally to the right of that right turnbuckle is where you need to be. That top right turnbuckle. Like
Yeah. I mean,
diagonal to
I
that.
got a chair out of it, so
Well, I mean, those are floor
I
chairs.
have one of those pay-per-view chairs now.
Nice.
Those would be floor chairs too.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. They're in Canada because I don't know how to ship them to me now, so
Oh no.
but I still
Oh,
technically have
no.
it.
You do.
I was like, I didn't think I was gonna get it, and I ended up being the last row that got the chairs. I was like, fuck.
Nice.
But like, yeah, I was like so upset because like the whole time, every time the BCC comes, everyone starts craning their necks and looking at every fucking entrance to see where they're coming from, and we could not figure out where they were.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently they were on like the ground. I didn't know their entrance was.
Oh yeah,
So we
it
were
was
just like looking, and I had to finally look at like the screens when they caught them.
yeah, it's that
So
one
I didn't see it on
ground-
Twitter later. And then I was happy because Shota at least still had his white jacket, which I think is hilarious compared to the other boys.
Yes, the white with pink.
Yeah.
See,
He's so
even
funny. White and
Shota
pink.
was giving more pink than Hangman was.
Shota's a genius.
I'm rolling my
Shota, my
eyes.
beloved.
I'm rolling my eyes at Hangman.
Shota
Hangman, now
understands.
look what you're doing to her. Come on.
Rolling my
Just make it
eyes.
happen.
Please. Me and Ash are both like, please. Please.
Just be pink. Just be pink.
You're gonna see
We
he's
got
gonna
that
do
one
it, and
little
the Bucks are
taste
gonna
of
do
it.
it.
He's gonna do
They
it, and I'm
fucking
gonna be in
better.
Bolivia. Watch. I don't know when Fighter Fest is,
Probably.
but it's probably like at the end of July when I'm not gonna be here, and he's gonna pull out that pink cowboy gear because obviously a week after Barbie, he's maybe, and it's his birthday, like maybe he'll do it, and it's like I won't be here. I won't be able to
Yep.
see it. I won't be able to give it. I won't be able to do shit. I'm gonna be so
That
mad.
would be it.
The pain.
But Ishii got the pin on Wheeler.
That was good. He's the new Chuck Taylor.
Which is hilarious to me. He deserves it
He does.
after what he did.
I love the guy, but he does.
After what he did to Chuck, after what he did to his mama. So,
Oh, I wanted to talk about this
oh yeah, go
because
ahead.
after the match, because at this point in time, Eddie had taken the super kick from the Bucks. He pushed Mox out of the way.
Yeah.
The team still won, but Eddie was still pretty pissed because like he didn't pin Claudio, or he didn't pin Mox or something like that.
I was wondering how everyone saw that.
Yeah. So he's still pretty pissed. Hopeless romantic Matt Jackson comes rushing out at Mach 10 speed. He's like so gentle and so like concerned for Eddie. He gently puts his hand like on his like shoulder kind of bicep area, and he just goes like, Eddie. Like he gives the giant brown eyes, and it's like, how many times did Eddie have to tell you he does not care?
For real.
Like you
Don't
guys
work on him,
teamed
buddy.
once.
It was like, hey, what was that all about?
Yeah. Like he's trying to talk to him like he's Hangman. I'm like, he's not that to
Like,
you.
bro, the fuck, dude. Eddie's like, fuck you guys.
That is exactly what happened.
Yeah, like he's not yours, buddy. Like your whole boo-boo eyes doesn't work on him. Okay?
Like they're truly tone deaf when it comes to things that don't revolve around them.
Yes, absolutely.
It's so true. They have no idea
Which does kind of get on my nerves, but like, yeah.
Yeah. They think like the moment that you're in their bubble that everything's fine and dandy. And it's like, no, buddy. No.
You idiots.
Like they don't get the dynamic.
Yeah.
They are so stupid. God bless.
That reminds me of this week's BTE, which is post Forbidden Door, where like I don't know what it was, but like Eddie says like, I don't like you guys, I know you guys don't like me either. And I think Hangman is like, well, I like you, like
Oh, because like Eddie hasn't actually done anything to Hangman.
no, he hasn't done anything to Hangman or like around him or like literally had no pretty
Yeah.
much no communication with this guy. So Hangman's like, well, I mean, I kind of like you. So.
He's like, I don't hate you, man. Like you didn't do anything to me. And then hopeless romantic Matt Jackson proceeds to say, let's all cut our eyebrows like Eddie as a team.
Oh God,
Which
yeah.
Sweetheart.
honestly,
Sweetheart.
okay, I couldn't tell that Hangman had gotten his eyebrows shaved when I saw that picture the first time, because I saw the picture before BTE, right? They had posted it the night of.
Mhm.
And I was like,
Oh, that's what the picture is.
that's what the picture is.
Yeah.
I
Okay?
didn't realize
Yes,
that's what
Someone
I
had
thought
to
it was
explain it to me
just two,
too.
just the
I couldn't
three
tell.
idiots and then Eddie.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, but the thing is that even though I couldn't tell that all of their eyebrows were shaved in the picture made me think, huh, you know what would be really cool? If they all shaved their eyebrows like Eddie and they
Oh
showed it
my
on
God.
BTE.
This is like me learning the fucking triple B again.
Yeah.
That would be so cool if they did that. No, turns out they had done it. Just
Oh
Well,
God.
Hangman is so
dumbass didn't
blonde. You
realize.
can't tell what he does to his eyebrows.
Yeah, they were so blonde. You couldn't see anything. You couldn't tell at all that he had shaved it at all. Nothing.
No.
Even when they like looked into the camera during BTE and like they were like, yeah,
I'm
look,
like, geez,
nope,
man, where
I
is
see
it?
nothing. I see nothing. Sorry, buddy. Can't tell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it should be noted that while Eddie took a bullet for Mox was, besides the beginning of the match, right? He did not hesitate during the match,
Mm-mm.
right? Am I right, Vaughn?
Yeah.
Yes. So that is interesting. But
I really liked the BCC dynamic in this match because I can't remember who exactly they were pinning, but at one point they were pinning, like someone was from the BCC was pinning someone from the Elite, and every one of the guys on the BCC team were basically flanking and like making sure that no one could try to break the tag.
yes.
And they did a poor job of it. But just seeing Mox kind of just like be like on his toes basically and like trying to like make sure no one got on his side was like I like that. That's a
Mhm.
team right there.
Yes. I did
Yeah.
notice that. Yeah, they were very good at that.
It's because they're all
Like
family.
that's why I like the BCD dynamic. Their dynamic I still think is better than the Elite one because they do show more solidarity and things, even though they're supposed to be like we're just like these big bad boys who want to beat each other like and like people up, but they still have more of like a synergy, I think.
Yeah, they're like a pack of dogs.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that.
Terrifying, like pack of wolves. Like they know their what their positions are. They know what they're supposed to do. They know what their job is. Very,
They are
very
not
shield,
dramatic.
very shield of them.
Yeah, it is
True.
very shield of them.
Very early Shield because, well, we all know.
Yeah.
Ooh, who do you think would betray the BCC other than
Okay.
Regal?
Oh, Vaughn.
Other than Regal.
Wheeler. It's Wheeler. It's Wheeler. It's Yuta. He'd do it.
Oh, I would eat that up.
No.
He would.
I would
What
eat
if
that
this
up.
whole time? Shut up. Wait, what if this whole time
They've been building him up for him to tear them down.
to not only to tear them down, but what if they bring best friends back into this? Because
Ooh.
because like every week it's like BCC versus best friends, BCC versus best friends. Like, oh, you need somebody to beat up, BCC versus best friends.
Yeah, the Best Friends
What if-
Combat Club.
What what if what if in the long run it's just a whole narrative to get Wheeler back to best friends?
That would be insane.
Wouldn't that
Wouldn't
be
that just
crazy?
be about a bitch?
That'd be crazy because it'd be the first time that like a story actually gets finished with best friends.
Yeah, the way I would see trying to like build Wheeler Yuta up to be, it would be like the Jay White chaos turn is what
Yeah.
that would be. That's what it would be.
Yeah. The young lion, he just turns on the mentors.
Yes.
Yeah, and instead of the Bullet Club, it's the Best Friends.
It's like turning on chaos, then turning on Bullet Club, then back to chaos.
Chaos. That I was literally thinking that like, oh, that was a chaos turn. This
Yeah,
turns back to chaos. Cool. I like that.
book it, Tony.
Yeah.
Listen to us, Tony.
Make it happen.
I just want to see the best friends in an emotionally compelling narrative where
I
like
want to see the best friends win.
yeah, where they actually win something. That would be fun.
They can't even win in real life. Apparently, they were supposed to be in France, and like Chuck's like plane got canceled.
That is fucking
Man,
hilarious,
That's
bro.
so funny.
that
They
happened
were
to me once.
they said they were supposed to do like stuff for the game, right? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, man, that sucks.
So
Poor
like now
things.
you you have one in France and the other one not.
I know
That
Trent.
also happened to me once.
I was afraid that
I
was
had
gonna
a
happen in
really, I
Canada.
had a really, really bad flight day once,
Oh God.
and it turned into two.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was a shit time. Don't fly
Ooh.
JetBlue. It's a terrible, terrible,
Oh, I don't.
terrible airline.
I do not.
Ooh. Emmy, you should see Evil Uno's Twitter right now.
No, no, don't tell me. Don't
Ooh,
tell me. No. Oh my God. I knew it.
You
ooh.
should look at
Dark Order
Twitter
was the
later.
trios,
Are
wasn't
they?
it? Dark Order was the
Was it?
trios that Hangman and the Bucks were in action with, wasn't it? I was right.
You should read his Twitter.
Don't tell me.
Should we read it?
How
We
do
should read
I
it now. We should
how do
live
I
blog it.
DM you?
Where is it?
How do I send you a tweet?
I'm searching for it.
I DM'd it to you.
Oh, you DM'd it to me. Oh my God.
Read it.
He said Hangman made his choice.
Yes.
Oh
Oh
my
my
fucking
God.
God. What did we
Yes.
miss?
You're getting what you want. You missed some I've been
Yes.
kind of watching it on the thing on like the feed. Not the feed, but my dashboard.
Oh my
And he's gonna
God.
have a moment.
Yes.
No, okay.
I'm about to
Literally,
run around this house like I did on
oh,
WrestleMania night.
Vaughn.
You missed a
Okay.
lot today. You missed a
Madge,
lot.
Madge doesn't know. Madge doesn't know because she hasn't been on the Twitter, but you know, every single time that Alex or John Silver or Evil Uno have some shit to say about something, okay, and I can
You're immediately there.
in any way I can bring it back to Hangman, I'm like, why aren't you answering his text messages?
You really do. I literally
He's trying to
scrolled
call you.
past one
Why
of
aren't
yours.
I'm literally like Alex, he's literally trying to call you guys during pre-tapes. Like literally like they're airing him looking at his phone on television. Like please talk to him, damn it, please. Every time they say something, I'm like in there. And today when they announced the Young Bucks and Hangman in action, and Alex quote retweeted it and was like, sick.
Yes.
I immediately
knew.
I immediately replied to him and I was like, Alex, is that you? Is that gonna be you guys? Are you in the trio? What fucking trio is it? Like I was like immediately like
You knew in your heart.
I knew it because they haven't dropped it on BTE. They've still been talking about it on BTE. So it was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time. Oh, Madge, we're getting everything. We're getting everything. Yes. We stay winning. Yes.
The only thing that I want is for the Dark Order to fight the Elite. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, I want them to run.
I want it to happen so bad.
They need to run.
Well, they gotta wait for Blood and Guts too.
They do.
I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating.
You're gonna be in for a match, is all we would say.
Oh my God, if this happens while I'm in Bolivia, I'm gonna fucking flip my shit.
Dark Order versus the Elite?
Yes, because it's been July 20 something. It was around that time. It was between the July 18th to the last week of July. That's when the original Dark Order and Hangman versus Kenny and the Bucks and
the Good Brothers.
Those other guys, yeah.
Oh yeah.
When that happened at the end of July in 2021. So it's almost the second anniversary of that.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna see I think you're gonna see them a little bit sooner than you think.
I hope so.
Possibly.
I think I guarantee you're gonna see their trios closer than you think.
Oh, okay. So you already know.
So basically,
So next week then. Okay.
so what you're saying is,
Good, because next week
Yeah,
I
text me
think
later.
okay.
DM me later.
No, I'm gonna watch the show as soon as I'm done here. As soon as I'm done here, I'm watching the show like immediately. Like I won't
Yeah,
edit.
text me your live reaction.
Oh yeah, I will. Shall we continue before I explode?
yes.
Oh, I'm egging this on completely.
Okay. So we got the next match was Toni Storm, our AEW Women's Champ, versus Willow Nightingale, the NJPW Strong.
I feel so bad for this match.
Yes.
I feel so bad for this match.
Yeah.
It
The
was
match was
probably
so good.
You could see everyone leaving again.
yeah, I didn't like that at all. That really pissed me off because I saw that too. I was like, really? There's gonna be a Chris Jericho match later.
Oh boy.
Seriously.
Oh,
like that's the match to do it.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do it because Naito was there, but everybody else could have done it. Like anyone.
Well, everyone emotionally agreed. That was yeah, we could talk about that in a bit because there are things to be said about that match.
Which is crazy because you're actually not gonna believe how I felt about that match. I was very positive about it. So, Toni came out in what match?
Harley Quinn gear, baby. She was in that red and black. I love whenever anyone does Harley Quinn gear, whether they mean it to be Harley Quinn gear or not. It's like one of my favorite color patterns. One of my favorite color schemes, I should say.
Yeah,
she has. She does it all the time.
Like her whole color palette for a while.
Red and black.
Yeah, she does it all the time, and it looks so good on her.
Yeah, and I love that she's got the choker that is the red and the black also.
Yeah, but the Outcast colors are green, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the only thing is that she wasn't matching with the girls.
I did like their jackets though.
Yes, I love their jackets. I love that Ruby and Saraya both wear them. Like when they're at ringside, it's very cute.
They were nice jackets.
Yeah, they are. And then Willow was in gold and black gear. And because of the gold and black gear theory that I noticed, that someone else had noticed based on the main event of Double or Nothing 2022, I immediately thought, oh, double champion Willow Nightingale, huh? I was wrong. And for once the match got started, I'm like, okay, of course she's not going to win. She's New Japan Strong champion, so they're not going to give her another championship. And then I just kind of fizzled out and just enjoyed the match for what it was, because it was a great match, even if Willow did not win.
Yeah.
It was quick, which is part of what I didn't like about the match, but the match itself was very good. I enjoyed the Death Valley Driver. That ooh, that shit looked bad.
Yeah,
good.
They're both like wrestlers.
Yeah, and Toni's that booty bump, man, that hip attack, it's deadly.
It's a wrap.
It's very terrifying. She's decapitating folks with that thing. For real. That's about all I can say about it. Of course, Toni retained.
There was, it was good, but there was still really nothing to it.
Yeah. And I think it's part of the fact that there's no emotional aspect to it.
Oh, well, and the whole Outcast thing is so one note that it really is just hindering everything. We get it. There's 3 of them. We get it. They keep on messing with people. There's no tension to them whatsoever, which is so unfortunate, because you have so many women and there's so many possibilities, and yet you're gonna just keep doing this again and again and again with the same segment with the same people every single time. And it's like, why do we don't want to see this? You're literally driving people away.
Is Sheeta still Regina de Wave champion?
Sorry?
Remember, she had a championship and it was called the Regina de Wave Championship.
I just see your eyebrows moving.
Have I broken everybody's minds? Nobody remembers that?
No.
The what?
Regina de Wave.
No, I know what you're talking. Yeah, I don't know if she's still it though.
What does that mean?
I don't know what it means. All I know is that's the championship's name. And
Is
the
it
reason I
is it
ask
from like Ice
because
Ribbon or Stardom?
I
It's one
don't
of
know.
the Joshi ones.
All I know is I wanted to see Sheeta on this card, and we didn't get to see
I
her.
wanted to see any other women on this card.
Right, for
Me
real.
too.
You
I
had
wish
one
they could
pre-show and then one regular.
Yeah. I wonder what it is that for some reason they don't get Stardom girls from, or even the girls that are from like New Japan. Like, why can't you get Kyrie in this?
I read somewhere that apparently somebody hates Tony, so that's probably why they wouldn't want to lend their girls to him. But I don't know if that's true or not.
I think I also heard from SRS. He said that apparently, like last year, Tony was like going through a specific person rather than going through like the actual Joshi promotion and stuff to like try and do stuff.
Hmm.
And
Well, he does that with New Japan too. He uses Rocky instead of going through New Japan.
exactly. And I think that is one of the issues is that he's not going through the Joshis to actually get them on the card or like to get them in for stuff. So that may be part of it. He just doesn't want to communicate with women or something. I don't know.
Because you have like Emi Sakura and some like others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has Joshi like on the roster that he uses.
And technically, I think even Kenny at that one point.
Yeah. Maybe Kenny's just been super busy. It's not helping matters.
Yeah, well, Kenny is dealing with, his duties to AEW and then his matches with New Japan. So he is in those two other directions.
But anyway, we digress.
Well, speaking of Kenny.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Speaking of Kenny, do you wanna speak on this one? Because this is all you. This is all you.
Go for
I
it.
wanna speak on this. What are your first thoughts? And foremost, Mick, holy shit. Oh my fucking God. Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Out fucking standing. I could just keep going. I could just keep cursing. Like there are genuine things, like notes to this match. My fucking God.
So while Maj tries to figure out all the things that she is gonna say, the only thing that I had to say was 11 out of 10, no notes.
Oh yeah, for real.
Yes. I
got physically exhausted after that match.
Jesus Christ, I did. Oh my God.
I was like out of breath. Like I was getting gassed by how long the match was, and I was sitting in my bed.
Yeah. There's a specific point in that match where everyone just got them out of their seats and we never sat back down. And you know which moment it was. You know exactly which moment.
Right,
we
brother.
know. We know.
Goddamn right, brother. So let's take it from the top. So we start off with Kenny coming out to Devil's fucking Sky, bitch. He came to fucking kill.
Mm-hmm.
He came to kill. He came to fight. And it was just Devil's Sky nowadays is always such a fucking treat. And he uses it so sporadically that every single time he uses it, it's like, okay, this man means business and he's not gonna pull any punches.
Someone's gonna fucking die.
Oh yeah.
Probably him. So the story of this match is that it's a continuation of the Aussie Open and Ospreay versus the Elite Trios match in 2022 in August, and Omega versus Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom, was it 17? 18? Can't remember which one it was. That was earlier this year, and then now Omega versus Ospreay 2. So the story of this is that Kenny is trying to pass the torch on to Will Ospreay, but he thinks Ospreay isn't ready yet, so he's forcing him to try and take it from him. And he wasn't able to do it the last two matches. And honestly, I was thinking they were going to go to another match. I gotta calm the fuck down, man.
No, go for it.
No, my voice is like shaking because I'm like so adrenaline filled thinking about this match. I thought they were going to go to 4 matches before Will got the win over Kenny because I was expecting them to be like Kenny being the Okada to Will Ospreay being Kenny. Like the need to surpass this person that is being labeled as the best in the world, that is being labeled as the best to ever do it, that's holding the title that year after. So I thought that that Kenny was going to win and they were going to do that, but they did not, which is what I was expecting in the first place. Because I was expecting Will to win at Wrestle Kingdom.
No, did you hear about 3 though?
Sorry?
Did you hear about apparently Ospreay versus Kenny 3?
Ooh, so we're still going to do it then.
Well, people are speculating it.
I think people just really, really want it.
Speculating it.
Because in all technicality...
Well, apparently there was a promo.
Well, of course there was a promo. There's always a promo.
There was a promo. It's not over.
Yeah.
Oh, who said that?
Wembley? Kenny, apparently. So possibly Wembley.
Fuck. I tried to go to Wembley too, but my mom said no.
Oh, yeah.
And then
my wallet said no.
Yeah. Because I was like, we could go for my birthday. And she was like, because she's obsessed with British people and she's obsessed with London. And I'm like, you love London. You would love to go.
It's the perfect one.
It is. And she still said no. And then another day she was sitting on the couch and she was like, I want to go to London. And I just fucking looked at her and she said, shut up.
God.
Oh, God.
Hey, there's probably still some tickets.
I know, but when it comes to arenas that are that big, at some point it's just fiscally irresponsible to go.
Yeah.
Because what are you gonna? You might as well watch it at home with a
all
flat
the hotels. TV. All the hotels are booked, is what I've heard. So
all the flights are fucking booked. Everything's already. It's a wrap. It's over.
Damn.
But yeah. So Will came out with Don Callis next to him this time around, and commentary said Callis is always in Kenny's eyesight. He's always trying to get Kenny to notice him. That immediately made me think, notice me, senpai.
I was like, same.
Yeah. He's obsessed with him. And he is, of course, because Callis has been latched onto Kenny for the better part of 3 years.
He's a parasite.
He is. He's a tapeworm. Kenny finally got him out.
It was weird because when they first came out, he came out with 2 fucking Bane motherfuckers that we kept thinking was going to be something. We all kept expecting something to happen, and it was just they were there.
Yeah, that was
nothing
weird.
ever came from that.
The person that I went with to see Forbidden Door said, "Is that Dana White?" Because apparently one of them looked like Dana White, and at first I didn't understand what he was saying, and then I listened to Solomonster's podcast yesterday, and he also said that one of them looked like Dana White. And I was like, oh, that's who he was talking about. I was talking about one of the people, the guys that cast. And I've never seen Dana White, so it didn't strike me. No idea what the guy looks like.
If you've seen Joe Rogan, you've seen Dana White.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's also what Solomonster said. He was like a Dana White, maybe Joe Rogan looking kind of guy.
They're the same person.
So speaking of that, the whole time there was a cameraman for some of the things, and it was kind of tall guy who looked to be bald but had a baseball cap on and was wearing a black nectar and had all black on. So we were all convinced that he was someone that was trying to hide his identity. And at one point I got a text from someone who was in the crowd but farther away from me, and they were like, what the fuck is Claudio doing at the ringside pretending to be a cameraman? And we were all like, yeah, what the fuck, until he one time put his mask down to do something. We're like, oh, it's just a guy. We were convinced he was
that happened with that. There's a funny thing that happened with that at last year's Forbidden Door when Claudio made his debut. Yeah. Because people were constantly comparing that cameraman to Claudio.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think it's the same cameraman. Yeah. I was like, I forgot about that guy.
It is the same camera guy. And so Claudio got is shot in with him standing next to the guy.
It's so uncanny.
A cheeky little fuck. It is. They're the same height, same build.
Everything.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Speaking of hilarious.
I think we're all expecting there to be a debut.
Who?
We
I,
kind
we
of,
were all
yeah.
expecting there to be a debut, and then one never really happened. So we were just kind of on edge. Everyone was expecting something for the pay-per-view.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't really thinking about it. I was really just like dialed in on, okay, Kenny versus Osprey, and
So
then
good.
okay, what kind of craziness is going to happen with Danielson versus Okada? Like,
Hmm.
I just want to see Okada. Just hand him over. Give him
I
to me.
I feel like the reason there were no surprises is because if there were surprises, we would have been severely underwhelmed because there's only one surprise that would have
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
whole time people were like, okay, he's gonna come out now. Oh, Don Callis brought multiple people in. That means someone's got to be on Kenny's side, right? Like everyone was just too busy trying to like fantasy book what they thought the Ibushi like
Hmm.
thing would be.
Literally.
Where is he?
Yo, no, even when the
Seriously, where
pay-per-view
is he?
ended, people were like, where the fuck?
I was very not hopeful that it was going to happen, even though I had a little bit of hope.
Yeah,
I would have liked it, but I knew it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's a better chance of this happening on a Dynamite than
for
there
real.
is at a New Japan show.
Yeah. But that's what people were saying, like the kayfabe reason why Jay White wasn't on is because kayfabe, he's not allowed to be at a New Japan show anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
But people
Mhm.
were like, well, technically it's part AEW.
He gets to stand on one side of the ring and one side of the ring only.
Yeah.
It's like a line of duct tape across the middle. He can't cross it.
Clash of Champions 2017 with Shane McMahon and Brian as referees, and they had that stipulation, I think, where Shane could only look at his side of the ring and Brian could only look at his side of the ring, while is that what it was? It was something like that. All I know is Kevin and Sammy were in it, and I know Shane and Brian were in it as refs or something. And there was a line drawn drawn in the middle of
In
the
the
ring.
ring.
Yeah. And like I think it was that Shane wasn't allowed to ref the other side of the ring and Brian wasn't allowed to ref his side of the ring because they kept getting in each other's way.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would have done some shenanigans like that if they had Jay on the card. And that would have been so entertaining.
Mhm.
All right. So then moving on. I can't do segues either, babe.
All right. We're
So
learning.
how about that match?
Yeah, so how about the match, guys? So there was this at the start of the match when they just started grappling, there was this point in time when they were chain wrestling, they were hitting hip tosses. Kenny starts to get up, but he stays down. And Will just starts like pacing around because he's just like, oh, come on, man, just fight me already. And he's just pent up. He's like a tiger tracing
Literally,
around a
that's what I was
cage.
thinking.
And Kenny, the unserious little bastard, is just like scooting at him. Like he's just scooting around the ring, like just like following him as he goes around in circles. Like, what the fuck are you doing and why are you like this?
New Japan Kenny is different from AEW Kenny. We didn't get full New Japan Kenny, which I'm kind of sad about. Like, we didn't get like the cleaner Kenny, but still, New
No,
Japan Kenny's like a shithead in the best way.
absolutely. The most
He needs to go
annoying
full
little thing on the
cleaner.
planet. He's too happy right now,
He is.
unfortunately.
We need, but oh, when we get full cleaner
If
Kenny
the
again,
elite fall apart,
fucking
if the elite
menace.
fall apart again, we're getting the cleaner.
Oh,
I'm ready.
menace.
I'm ready for that shit.
Yeah. And then as the match progresses, this is the point when Emi takes time off from paying attention to the match and she goes and she texts me. She's like, Madge, are you okay? Because at this point in time, Kenny is just taking absolute face plants and letting his head be smacked around on the announce table display board,
Oh
like
yeah,
It
that
just
was
was
over
fun.
and over again.
I was
And I
scared.
know, yeah, I know it was a callback to the Wrestle Kingdom match where Osprey was taking it from one of the wood tables, which
Hmm.
was one of the reasons why I knew, like, yes, I'm okay. He wouldn't do it if he couldn't take it because that thing is a lot thinner than New Japan tables.
Oh yeah,
And
for real.
Kenny put Osprey's head through that table. Osprey couldn't even break that display board until he like set it up at an angle.
Yeah.
And even then, it was Kenny's body weight that broke it, not Osprey's strength. So
Mhm. but they looked so scary.
Oh yeah.
The noise.
And
it was
seeing
the
all the
noise.
men.
And it was just how stiff and how lank
Yeah.
his body would get after every.
He was
would
selling the
just
crap
go
out of it.
fucking limp.
Yeah,
So
he would
good.
go limp.
He would just put his arms down and just lean into it and just let his head hit. And I'm like, he would not do it if he couldn't take it. But Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It was
But
so
oh
good.
my God, bro.
Yeah, that's
I
why
worry
I had to check
about
on
him.
you. I had to check on you. I was like, man, you okay?
Dude, all the guys
That's
sitting
my-
around me, they were all like, "Oh my God," or "Oh, so scared." And then all me and all the girlies were like, "Yeah, fucking kill him."
Get him. Oof.
I wanted
I was about to say the
blood,
word we
man.
agreed I wouldn't say.
That's
That's my man right there, and I worry about him.
I wanted blood, and I got blood.
But yes. And then
And I
they
even
cut
joked, I'm
away
like,
to
"We
Will
got it, and not a
Ospreay, and
Mox
he,
match."
yeah,
That's what I said.
What a king!
Mox tagged Kenny in.
Yeah. So like Will started raising his hands up at the crowd and like looking up at the crowd. So the camera panned up to like cut to him looking at the crowd, and the crowd just like kind of like mad that he would do this to Kenny, right? And
They start chanting, "You're a wanker."
Yeah, you're a
Oh, yeah.
you're a wanker. And so Kenny's no longer in frame. And so they cut back and he's busted open. And I was like, this bitch bleeding.
He did. Because I saw, like,
Related.
as Ospreay was walking away, I was still watching Kenny, and I saw him move his hand up to his forehead. Like, you could play it off as like, "Ow, my head," but this is wrestling. Let's be real.
Yeah. So like
And
soon
he was
as I saw
and he
the
was
blood,
bleeding seconds later.
yeah,
He's not slick.
as soon as I saw the blood, I was like, damn, and this wasn't a Mox match? Mox must be mad as shit.
My boy, my poor boy.
You know who's
He was
mad right
robbed.
now? You know
Cody
who's
Rhodes.
upset? Cody fucking Rhodes.
No one gets to cry in this match.
Sitting there just fucking seething.
Seething. God, I can't fucking bleed anymore.
Gotta
But
finish
you can
that
get your arm
story.
broken. That's what you can do.
It's gonna finish the story, guys.
Maybe
Hard
if he
times.
finishes the story, he'll get to bleed. Who knows?
Finishing the story is bleeding. He's fighting to bleed. There's no
He's gonna
belts.
bring
That's
up his
not
dad
what
a
he
couple
wants.
times.
Yeah. They're gonna end up with matching foreheads the rate he's going. Sheesh, bro. All right. So then so Will's making his little tour of gloating around the arena, around the ring, and he takes the Canadian flag from one of the fans and he hits his Shawn Michaels in Montreal 1997 shit. He's like doing that. He's doing the thing where he rubs it between his legs. I fully expected him to like lay the thing down and start humping it just like Shawn.
For real.
Like I figured
think he was gonna try
may
at
have
some
that in
point.
him. Like he may have that in him, but he didn't do it. So
He was doing everything else to that flag.
everything else. And Kenny finally gets back in the ring and he takes it from him and he hits his lights out match, Moxley versus Hangman Texas death match shit. And he hangs
like,
Will
how
over
dare
the
you?
rope with it.
How dare you?
How dare you ruin the sanctity of those matches?
Yeah, by putting Will Ospreay in one of them.
Seriously.
Ugh.
How dare you put him in a parallel?
How dare you put him in one of your parallels? Of all the people you could have done this to.
Right? God, I have to make a
The
gift.
disrespect. So after that, they just keep fighting. They just keep striking each other. It's harder and harder hitting. They're both bleeding at some point. And then Callis comes back. He hands Will the screwdriver that he stabbed Kenny in the head with.
Yeah, that was so weird.
He keeps distracting the ref, and Ospreay stabs Kenny in the head with it because he has him up in the one-winged angel, stabs him in the head with it, and Kenny goes down. But because the ref was still distracted, Kenny kicks out.
That was the moment he kicked out at 1, the crowd, that was when we all got up from our seats. We were like, what the fuck? Oh, not that you didn't kick it. Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Yeah,
that
this
was one of the other
first kick out.
Yeah.
This was the first kick.
That was weird. It was so weird because Callis had been he got thrown out of the arena.
Yeah.
Before that.
And then he comes
and then he just came back and we
in.
were like, bro, you got banned.
Yeah, it made no
we
sense
didn't
too
forget
because
that.
I
We
know
made
Paul
the
Turner
thing.
could see him. Paul Turner could see him.
Everyone could see him.
I know you see this man
Oh,
coming.
He's
he
wearing
talked to
bright
them at one
pink.
point.
Everyone can see him.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone was roasting his outfit. It was good.
It was not a good outfit.
People were saying the funniest of things about it.
Like what? Like what?
Yeah, tell us.
Well, Callus, like the hotel's gonna charge you for taking their carpet or something. There was just
Real,
so many roasts.
real. But
That
yeah,
was so
man,
weird that he came back
we
and then it was never like established. We were like, what was the
yeah,
fucking point of making him like throwing him out just to get the screwdriver and come back in?
yeah. Just for Kenny to, well, it was good for Kenny because he got a kick out and he still looked
Yeah.
really, really strong afterwards.
Yeah.
And then it was able to build up to Will getting him in the one winged angel. He hits it and Kenny kicks out at fucking one.
The
Like
fucking
you
crowd
just like
went wild.
the insane Revolution 2020 moment. It was just I just about fell out of my bed and passed out. Like it was
Dude,
so glorious.
Kenny kicking out at one during people's finishers is the most anime bullshit thing ever, and it is so good.
the
It's such good anime bullshit.
the CM Punk guys that were sitting next to me, literally as Osprey is bringing him down with the one winged angel, the guys next to me were like, "He's gonna kick out at one." Like they
Oh shit.
knew, like it was immediate. They knew exactly what was gonna happen. I was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna kick out at one. He's gonna fucking kick out at one." So like even as the ref is like putting his hand down, we're like, "He's gonna kick out at one," and then he fucking popped up, and the entire crowd went wild. The entire movie theater went wild. We were all fucking screaming. Oh my god, it was
I
so
was
beautiful.
doing the victory lap around my
Yes.
room because I didn't know I knew he was going to kick out because of Full Gear 2021 when Hangman hit him with the one winged
Yeah.
angel and he kicked out.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to kick out, but him kicking out at one explosive as ever, as if you lit a fire under his ass, beautiful.
Yeah.
Because that's Kenny Omega for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's Kenny Omega for you, baby.
He's so good you have to kind of cheat to win.
Yes.
But not really cheat, but kind of cheat. It's
You've
confusing.
got to pull some shit. You got to pull some shit out you never thought you were going to pull out before.
Yeah, we were all confused about that finish.
That lit the second that Kenny took that Tiger driver, I was unconcerned about absolutely everything else. I was so
Twitter
unconcerned about
wasn't.
everything else because I couldn't have. Osprey could have somehow managed to walk out with the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. I wouldn't have given half of a fuck. I'm like, is he fucking breathing? Is he breathing? Can he move his
Yeah.
arms? Can he walk? Can he talk? Is he okay? Like that's when the worry actually started. And then because he just kind of laid there for a while. And I know he's dedicated to a good sell, but I'm gonna fucking need you to move immediately.
Yeah, like I don't look, I get it. They're professional wrestlers. They know what they're doing. They know what they're capable of. It's just like you said earlier, he wouldn't take it if he couldn't take it.
Yeah.
But when you're watching it and you're in the middle of it and the camera angle that they used was on the side.
Left zero to the imagination.
Yeah, on the side where you can see his head hit the ground, like see his neck hit and his head hit. Okay? We don't see that fucking shot of the photo that everybody keeps putting out on Twitter, like he landed on his shoulder, don't you see? Because it's a different camera angle and it's not
Like,
the angle that we saw. Okay,
it's also
like
not what happened.
yeah, like well, they're saying that because on the other side of his body he lands with his shoulder, so it takes away a lot of the shock of like anything that might have hurt his neck, which makes sense to me. Like, I guess, like, sort of like physically, it does make sense to me. But once again, that's not the angle that we saw as viewers on the television. So when we saw a fucking neck hit the fucking mat, okay? Like, sorry.
What we saw was a head hit, a neck compress, and then he didn't move for a solid minute.
Exactly. So, like, it really bothers me that people are like that. Like, accidents do happen. Like accidents that you can't even tell are accidents. So the ones that look like they hurt can scare you because you actually see them. Like just because an actual physical injury happened in one of the next matches shouldn't undervalue how we feel about when it looks so bad that we start to worry. Like that's part
we
of
couldn't
the
even tell what had
experience.
happened.
Yeah, that it's part of the experience to be worried. Like if a wrestler takes a move and sells it so well that it looks like they've died in front of your eyes, the reaction being negative or being scary or being worried is justified. It's validated. There's no reason for people to be mad because we're worried. Like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Sorry.
It does
like,
not.
The IWC is wild.
But like, I get that that's like people get like that mainly because there's people out there who take the worry a step too far and are like, oh, they shouldn't do those moves. Oh, they should ban those moves. Those are the people that they get upset about mainly. But sometimes it feels like, no, they're just getting mad at everyone who worries. And it's like, no, fuck you. I'm going to fucking worry. Sorry. Like,
I'm going to worry about my little man, and you're going to sit there and you're going to like
it. That's my Blorbo. I'm going to worry about my Blorbo.
Yeah.
Like,
he's from my shows, and I'm going to worry about him.
Like, I straight up had to watch my Blorbo get hurt off a fucking lariat. Like, just a couple of months
you did.
ago.
Yeah,
like,
you did.
Fuck you. Like, that was a lariat. Like, that was a scary looking lariat, by the way. Vaughn, I can never look at a Mox lariat the same way again. Every time he hits somebody with a lariat, I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, let me see where your head lands. Like,
hey, there's a reason he's like the strongest character in Fight Forever right now.
Exactly. Like,
Moxie is?
Mox is like one of the strongest people on the game, apparently. People are saying he's broken.
I mean, fair enough. Like, but it's like, let people be worried about their favorite character.
Yeah, you guys bought in.
Exactly. That's part of the entertainment, is buying into it. So if I worried, then I bought into the entertainment. I got my money's worth. Yeah. I got scared.
Yes.
That's part of it. I'm not saying, oh, give me a refund because I got fucking scared. No. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, but at the same time, I'm gonna ask, like, 2 seconds later, hey, is Kenny okay? Like, that's the first thing I'm gonna say. Like,
is he genuinely all right though?
Like let me just
check. Of course he's like out of it in the match, of course, but I'm like, move your arms really quickly.
Yeah, like
I haven't seen the ref do the X yet, so I think it's okay.
Yeah. Just let
people... there were moments where I genuinely was looking toward the ref, seeing if he was ever gonna make an X sign.
Me too. I was like, I was watching him like a fucking hawk, because I'm like, is he, like, genuinely though, is he going to be all right? Did anything go wrong with that at all?
Yeah.
But of course, for fuck's sake, Kenny Omega will just do absolutely everything.
Yeah, like a one-winged angel on some steps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part where we're just forgetting all about poor Will Ospreay because...
Oh wait, it was a DDT. It wasn't the... It was the DDT on the steps.
No, yeah.
Not the one-winged angel.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if he tried to do a one-winged angel, somebody's neck would be in the wrong direction.
Both of theirs.
Because the steps wouldn't hold.
It was barely holding while they were on it.
Yes, it was. Worried. He worries me, for fuck's sake. Like, you've got to just hang on until I can see you wrestle for once in front of me, please. Please. I know you don't have forever to do this, but stop cutting it shorter.
Yeah, Maj, it's like taking years off of Kenny's wrestling career, and Maj is like, you're taking years off my life also. Like, please.
Oh God, yeah, for real.
He really is. I remember when he had the Vikingo match and he took that 650 through the table, I felt the beginning of a panic attack start, and then the BCC attacked him, and then I was like, all right, it's full blown now. Now I'm panicking. Because now I'm thinking about how little time he has left to wrestle because he just did that move. Now I'm just thinking about it, and now I'm fucked.
What else happened?
Yeah, man. So at the end of the match, Kenny takes that Tiger Driver. from then on, it's over. Will hits him with the fucking Kamagoye, that little sack of shit.
Oh my God. Wait, we have to talk about this for a second because nobody in the movie theater knew this was coming.
No,
As
to
far
us
as
in
I
the
know,
audience as well.
they didn't say it out loud, but the whole time, as soon as Osprey grabbed his arm, I was like, oh my God, he's gonna fucking hit a Kamagoye. He's gonna fucking hit a Kamagoye. And then he hit him
Bastard.
and nobody said anything. And I was like, y'all, that's not
Where's
shocking
the
to y'all.
lore?
I was like, that's not shocking to y'all. Do y'all not know what that means? I thought I was a woman and I knew less than you.
I
Do I have to quiz you guys now?
Yeah, do I have to quiz you guys before we can speak on wrestling anymore? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, him doing the Kamigoye, I think like further solidified people being like, we're good. He's
coming, baby.
He's coming.
Ibushi is on his way.
Like, if that did not solidify it.
I was so happy. I saw that Kamagoye and I was like, Will, that's the realest shit you've ever done.
That's the realest shit you ever did, son.
Thanks for that foreshadowing, bruv.
Ugh. I hate fucking hearing that man talk. I'm like the opposite of my mom. I can't stand a real thick British voice. Like, what the fuck are you saying to me?
Well, he's also a prick, so.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
No, man. I love his voice. There's something weird about his voice I like.
Yeah, he's fucking British. That's what's weird.
Hey, we have friends who are British who watch this podcast. You don't talk about them that way. Okay.
You do, I don't.
You guys are cool.
No one listens to my podcast.
We can all go on Vaughn's podcast and we can rip on British voices.
No, but their accents are different than Will's, so I'm sure
they
probably definitely agree with me.
He's got a specific
agree with you.
Dialect that's from somewhere that's garbage.
Okay, wait. I have to shout them out now. MJ and S, I need to know on your next podcast, I need to know what Will Ospreay's accent is, and I need y'all to tell me about it.
Oh, it's prick. That's what it is.
It's bullshit.
Well,
it's
I want to hear
fucking marbles.
I want to hear it from the British people. Okay, so that's my request for their next podcast.
I would like to know as well, honestly.
So how did he win again?
So he did the Kamagoye. He hit his finisher twice, and then he got the 1, 2, 3, whatever the fuck his finisher is. I don't know what it is.
He did it was the hidden blade, and I don't think that worked. Or he did it twice, and then he hit the Stormbreaker, which
we were confused in the arena.
Also, that was one of his finishers.
We all went, is that it?
Yeah.
And then he killed him. Honestly, that actually felt perfect to me. That was a perfect ending for me.
I was just happy that it was over so Kenny could get medical attention. I was just happy that it was the second he did that Tiger Driver, I'm like, finish this shit immediately.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
I was mother henning so hard.
It's interesting that Vaughn would say that was it, because there were a lot of people that I saw in the IWC that thought that they could have kicked it into another gear. And I'm like,
yeah. Well, it's weird. They could have, but at the same time, they felt like they were more not satisfying, but like true endings before that point with all of the other like things that had happened. So it felt kind of weird where it felt a tad anticlimactic because we couldn't understand why they didn't choose other points for that to be the finish.
That's fair, but to me it felt perfect to me. But
for a second there, I thought they were gonna do 60 minutes.
When they announced it was 30 minutes that happened, 30 minutes remaining, I visibly got drained and I was like, fuck me, I don't know if I can handle this.
Me too. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever.
I didn't stretch for this.
Every time that I've watched a New Japan show that had Kenny Omega as the main event, I could never finish it. I would fall asleep because it was after a full night of night shift, getting home, and I look at the clock and it's like, oh, it's 4 o'clock, New Japan's starting. So I would watch New Japan, and then by the time New Japan would end, it's like, fuck, like I'm so tired. I went to work for 12 hours, watched a 5-hour show, and you're telling me the main event is barely starting? I would literally fall asleep watching Kenny Omega. This is why I can't watch Kenny Omega. So this is one of my first few matches of his that I have actually been able to enjoy. So I think because I'm not completely attached to him the way Maj is, or the way other people are, and I'm also not attached to Will Ospreay, to me this was just a fucking good ass match. So the ending to me was very, very perfect.
Yeah. Had there not been a Tiger Driver, I probably would have felt the same way as Vaughn, where it's like, oh, come on, that was all. Because honestly, I felt like Kenny could have gone on longer. I couldn't have gone on longer, but Kenny probably could have.
And actually, now that I think about it, I think that's also another reason that they didn't go on last, because you would be tired by the end.
For real. I think that I genuinely think the pay-per-view ended perfectly.
Me too. Well, match-wise, but yeah.
You done? You feel good about what you said about this
you
match?
fucking done, bitch. You fucking done, you idiot.
That's not how
fucking
I
had
meant
enough
it.
of you.
No,
fucking had
that's
enough
not how
of
I
you
meant
talking.
it. I meant like, do you feel
I know.
like you've let out all your feelings about this match?
I think that I have. I think this was a fantastic match, and it took years off my life. It added a stress wrinkle to my forehead. It sagged my cheeks. Like, my skin has lost elasticity, but overall, fantastic match. A very Kenny Omega match. And I hope to see this man live one day before he kills himself.
There you go.
So yeah, we can go ahead and move into the next match here.
Yes.
We don't have to.
Okay.
We don't.
I beg to differ. Okay. Because
my positive thing on this match was Naito's fur was very, very nice.
Yes.
We got Shirt Naito.
We did.
Shirt Naito don't give a fuck.
You do not.
I'm shrugging. So I had to, because Naito was there in this match, I was forced to not pee, even though this should have been my
it should have been. It was everyone else's.
I know it was everybody else's because I saw all the people in the arena leaving, and I was like, that should be me.
Well, yeah, because I was talking about it with people in the arena, and everyone just agreed. Like it was a no-win situation for any match that was after the Ospreay Omega match. It was always going to be like a death sentence, but like we were so fucking visibly wiped. Like we were tired.
Yeah, I was so tired. That's another
I was ready to like go to bed, honestly.
Yeah. But I still think that for the few people who did pay attention and who didn't go to their bathroom break and who were forced to stay and hold their pee in while they watched Naito, that this was a very fun match. It really helped to loosen up, people who may have been like, God, that was so stressful, like it definitely helps to ease tensions for me, at least, because I am one of those people who gets super stressed out after a match like that. Like I'm all wound up and then just immediately like, oh God. I was forced to sit through Jericho because Tetsuya Naito exists and he's the loveliest cat boy and I love him. And I had to watch his entrance. My brother literally said, "You can go right now," and I was like, "I can't. What if I miss Naito's
absolutely
entrance?"
Not.
That's
you think literally... I'm gonna not do Kaze ni Nare? You think I'm not gonna do? You think I'm not gonna sing Judas? I hate the man, but I'm gonna sing Judas.
I'm gonna sing Judas. I'm sorry.
It doesn't help that I hate half the people in this ring right now, but I'm still gonna watch it.
I am so proud to say I've never sang Judas once in my entire life.
Really?
Every show I've been to, never sang Judas. It's not good. The song is not good.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I went to the May 17th Dynamite this year in Austin, and Jericho came out for something and his music came on, I held my sign up just so I could sing Judas behind it.
That's so
Bruh.
funny.
I was like, I can't let
Technically
the
speaking, I've been
tamburinas-
banned from singing Judas.
I said
Jericho banned me
no.
from singing it.
I can't let the Tumblerinas see me
You-
sing Judas,
can
but
never.
I gotta sing Judas.
I'll never recover.
It was so fucking funny. Anyway,
Technically, Jericho banned me from doing it, so
wait, like legitimately, like you?
it was during the Vegas tapings, the Dynamite Rampage. So after Dynamite ended, and Rampage was about to start, Jericho like came down to cut a promo that wasn't televised, just something like that. And people, because he came out twice, they played Julian, and we started singing it again, and he like cut us off and told us we were all banned from singing it, like we're not good enough to sing it. And we were like, yay!
Fair enough.
Mm.
Yeah, so this match was Sting, Darby, and Naito versus Jericho, Sammy, and Suzuki. So Naito came out in the white suit again
course he
with
did.
his beautiful long cape, which, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sad that it wasn't like a different suit, but also it was the white suit.
He wasn't gonna bring all that with him to a different country.
So
He can't put all that in a carry-on.
yeah,
For real.
that's true. So fair enough, Naito. I was very happy to hear the Japanese announcer say his name, because that's one of my favorite things, is hearing the Japanese announcers say their names. Like I remember the first time I watched the G1 Climax, I was in shock. I was like, this announcing is weird. But then eventually I got used to it and I was like, why don't all announcers sound like this right now?
Real.
So I love the way they announce him, and it's so good. And I was really, really happy. Justin Roberts should have stayed home. Like, he should have stayed home.
Real.
He could have, honestly.
Yeah.
They had that. They had that on lock.
Yeah. So you got to watch as Naito stripped off the suit in front of Jericho, and Jericho's just looking at him like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Which was absolutely hilarious. And there's something very sexy about Naito stripping off his clothes. So I enjoyed it because, one, I enjoy Naito stripping off his clothes, and two, the fact that Jericho hates it makes it even better.
Yeah.
So good.
Now, other than that, the only like really notable part of the match that I enjoyed was when they finally gave us the hard cam angle of Suzuki doing the pose with Sammy and Jericho.
Oh, we popped so hard.
Yeah, because they cut. I don't know if you know, Vaughn. They cut away from it
Did they?
on Collision or Rampage, one of the two.
Why are they always fucking up when it comes to Suzuki stuff? First it's Kaze Ninare, and now it's this.
Yeah,
The Suzuki incident.
God,
yeah.
it's always gonna be with him.
That was a
Yeah,
time.
they
The
cut-
Suzuki incident.
They cut off the last time that he did the pose with Jericho
God.
and Sammy. So this time on the pay-per-view, they actually got the hard cam angle, and you actually got to see him do it, and it was so cute. And then I think there was one more point that was funny, or maybe I'm fusing it together with the match he had earlier in the week. The one where somebody's like hitting him, and then he like gives this like maniacal smile or whatever. I can't remember if that was in this match or if it was on the TV match.
I feel like he always does that.
Oh, but it was so good.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't remember either.
And
I
then
don't really have memories of watching this match.
you probably like zoned out.
I probably did.
Probably.
It was Jericho. You definitely zoned out. I know you have like no
But it was nice.
no patience for Jericho.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
think I was halfway to falling asleep at this point. Like, in all honesty, I was starting to fade.
Like I think there was a table spot, but it was one of those things again where like the everything that they were doing was not facing where I was sitting, so I had to keep on constantly looking up at the screen.
Oh, yes, there was. Okay,
There was a table
I
spot,
remember.
right? Because I think I saw on Twitter people saying like Darby nearly killed Sting again.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah.
Sting
But I
went
couldn't
through
see
the
it.
table. Sting went through the table and then immediately fucking no-sold it. He got up and
Jesus.
back into the ring. And like he got up and got back into the ring, but it's not like he completely no-sold it, because he looked like somebody who had just gone through a table. Like he was barely able to pick up his feet. and he was struggling against the ropes when he got back in the ring. But but unfortunately, that compared to Sammy, who didn't get back in the ring at all because he was dead, it had people going like, wow, Sting no sold it. Like, it's like, okay, come on now, like, chill out. But yeah, that was a crazy angle. That was a crazy spot. And then Naito pins Suzuki.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was shocking to me.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Okay, first off, Naito getting the pin. I was literally thinking that Darby would get the pin, or Sammy would get the pin, to like kind of further what's been going on with them or whatever. No, Naito pins Suzuki, and I was like, oh, all right, fair enough. So Naito pins Suzuki, so none of the AEW people get pinned, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. It was like between two New Japan stars. But I don't know. I still liked the match. It helped me like chill out after.
The weird thing is, I would have said that the AEW stars in this were way more expendable than the New Japan ones. So I would genuinely would have thought one of the AEW guys would get pinned.
Yeah. And the oh yeah, I forgot that Naito did the Tranquilo pose.
Yeah.
It was so cute. I love
we were so into it.
Yeah. Like, I think he was doing it because Sammy did it or something. And like he was showing him that his was better. And it's like, yeah, you're always better. You're better in everything.
Especially better than
It was
Sammy.
such a good crowd because anytime any of the New Japan people did their gimmicks, like they did like their LIJ poses and stuff like that, like the Canadian crowd was immediately doing it to them as well. I'm like, oh cool, you all did your research.
Yes. Yeah, I was really happy. Like, they really did know who these people were enough. So yeah, that's it for that match. And then we have the main event.
Oh boy, do we.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Does anybody want to talk about this one, or
this one?
Do we want to talk about the match, or do we want to talk about the end?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about the beginning, like just the entrances, because that's gonna be a moment that really sticks with me for like a long time now. Because Daniel comes out, or Brian comes out first, and at first you can't really hear the music because there's like a low hum kind of leading into it. I guess kind of like, oh, it's about to start. And fucking Final Countdown starts playing, and the moment like the first note starts playing, everyone in the arena realizes what's happening, and we freak the fuck out. Because like he has not gone out to Final Countdown in like what, a decade now.
Yep.
And now he's like he's the American Dragon again, and it's like back in New Japan, and it's one of those moments I think is really gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. Like him coming out and him just looking like happy and like in a good place in his life is it's amazing.
Yeah,
it was,
and those pretty braids.
Yeah, he had little braids. He had his hair in little braids.
Yeah,
they were so pretty. They were so perfect. They were so beautiful.
I saw a funny exchange about that where someone asked if he was invited to the cookout or not because of that, and someone said he's a vegan, so he got invited, but he has to politely decline.
But he's not eating and he's not drinking, so
yeah, unfortunately,
he's playing spades.
Yeah, because he knows if he says he's a vegan there, he knows if he says that he's going to get roasted from the cookout.
Oh yeah, the uncles won't be having it.
That was incredible. Like I know we always joked about it in the past about like with me with the BCC and how like Brian's not my favorite, but I really do think from going from Double or Nothing to this, like I have a new appreciation for him that I've never had before.
That's nice.
Like and like I've technically met him twice now, and he's been such a lovely human being both times.
Yeah, so it's like, damn, Vaughn, like you can't keep having a grudge against this man.
I never had a grudge against him. It's just I have a couple of more Blorbos that I think are more important, and he's just there. He was just like kind of there, sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, him on the turnbuckle, like just like holding his arms out while everyone screams, "It's the final countdown."
Yes,
like, that's a wrestling moment.
All over the world.
You can't not do it.
All over the world. I promise you, in all them little AMC movie theaters, everybody was screaming that shit.
You screamed, "It's the final countdown." You can't not do that.
We sang that
It's so good. It was like everyone giving their power to him in that moment by screaming those words. It was like a magic spell.
Yeah. Except it
Like-
wasn't enough, apparently.
It was good.
I mean, it
Okay.
was enough for him to win the match.
No, it was enough for him to fucking go through it though and do everything afterwards. We'll talk about it after.
That's
That was
true.
crazy.
That's true.
And then it kind of the silence happens, and then you hear the coin drop.
That arena went fucking bananas
Bro,
for Kazu's entrance.
That was me.
insane.
I like even for like Kenny, his entrance pop still smaller.
Oh my god, the
Like
fucking
that crowd existed for the Rainmaker.
oh, it was so good. And then all the Okada bucks started raining from the sky. It was
I'm
just
so jealous you guys got the Okada dollars.
oh
They
my
didn't
god.
drop them last year.
Did they not?
No, we didn't get
Oh
any.
shit. Oh dude,
I
I
think
was
it's because
catching
it
them
was a fatal
midair.
four-way. I think it's because it was a fatal four-way and they had other entrances to go through that they didn't
Nah,
drop
fuck
anything.
that. I would have done that. I would have done it. Make them all trip. I saw a camera guy
I know.
almost trip as he was walking backwards, trying to walk over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
I
have like a handful now.
before the
God, I
coin
wish that were
drop
me.
even happened, before the coin drop even happened, I was literally looking at my brother and going, I can't wait to hear the coin drop. I can't wait to hear the coin drop. And then the
It's so
coin
iconic.
dropped. The coin dropped and I fucking went insane. Like
Oh,
I
we all
was
did.
crazy. Like I popped so hard.
It's so fucking cool.
Oh, it's so
It's
good. And I listened to
what
that
a
song
fucking
like at
it's
least
such
once
a
a week.
good entrance. What a theme.
Yeah, it was so good. I was so happy to see him. I was so ready for him to win this fucking match. But yeah, it was nuclear. It was nuclear pop. I'm so
It was
happy.
insane.
I'm so happy that he's as like beloved as he is. There something makes me happy
Oh
about
yeah.
that. Like just knowing how he's like a super funny, cheeky person, like in real life, and like how he like steals the Bucks gear and shit like
Oh,
that.
that was funny.
Like just stuff like that. Like he's such a sweet person. And like you
Good
it's
boy.
like he's the equivalent of the white boys who like catch fish and then make it their profile picture. Like that's him. Like that's really him.
That
Like
yes, that is him.
Oh my
He does
god.
that.
he literally does that.
He does. He really does.
And it's so cute.
There's this picture. I have no idea if it's edited or not, but it's Okada, so it really might not be. It's literally just him in a t-shirt that says, "Of course I come fast. I have fish to catch." I have no clue if that's real or not, but all I know is I have that photo saved in my phone.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. He's so cute. Yeah. I love Okada.
He's
I was
the
an
fucking
Okada
man.
girl. I was an Okada girl for this match.
Me too.
Nothing
Me
like
too.
I said, like, just like Vaughn, nothing against Brian. It's just
Yeah.
I have a blurbo.
Real.
I have a blurbo. And I do love Brian a lot. Yeah. So the match started off very slow, which was
It
a
did.
very Okada thing to do.
Yeah.
An Okada staple.
Yes.
Is starting it out, like feeling each other out, like kind of like stalking each other around the ring first, grappling a little bit before getting started into doing like the hard hitting stuff and like the fast pace and
Yeah.
really digging your heels into the match.
Mm-hmm.
Into this match, everyone kind of thought of Brian as like the underdog in this situation for multiple reasons.
I
Yes.
certainly did.
Yeah.
I did.
Which like it's like Brian is still like an incredible wrestler, and yeah, he definitely deserves like this reputation and that he has, but it's kind of this weird thing of like, well, like he hasn't really been like that in a while due to all like medical reasons, not really in the spotlight as much, especially compared to Okada.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like fucking hell, man. He
Yeah.
has it still.
And he has wrestled very little since the match with MJF. Like he was already it already seemed like he was kind of injured and he was like powering through something.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't wrestling on TV, just on the pay-per-views since then.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did that those 6 matches in a row on Dynamite to get to Max, and then after that it's like nothing.
Jesus. Yeah, and I mean like
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because that probably took a fucking toll on him, especially after the full 1 hour in the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The over 1 hour.
Over,
It
yeah.
went to an hour and 10.
Exactly. So yeah, like you expect an Okada to be the one with the advantage, especially if you look at it like also like size advantage too. Like he's
Oh,
much
yeah.
bigger. He's much
Mm.
bigger. He's gonna overpower you. Like, yeah, definitely Okada is the one that seemed the more likely of the two to win.
Yeah.
He definitely did.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what happened here where he got his arm broken. It was like an elbow drop, which I think I said earlier that I didn't get to really see it because the feed cut out.
Yeah, I can't figure out for the life of me when it happens because
I didn't
he
even
no
notice
sold
at
it like
all.
fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
At no
I
point did
didn't
I
see
ever
him
think
do
he
it
was
at all.
hurt.
I didn't see it either.
I didn't know until people started pointing it out like this morning. I'm like, what happened to
Yeah.
his arm? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like I heard they vaguely mentioned it during the scrum and
They
made
did,
it
yeah.
sound minor as it was. And then I saw like the X-ray and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
There's
they
an
were
X-ray?
thinking it was a fracture. Like
It's a fucking broken
during the
bone.
press conference, they were like, yeah, it's his arm probably got fractured and da 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 and this and that. And then like yesterday, Bree on Instagram posts the X-ray and it's literally fucking broken. It's complete.
Well, now I have to
It's a
see it.
clean. It's a
It's
clean break.
insane.
Like, and
Which bone?
she said, uh, this bone. It's one of these two, the ones that are connected, right? I don't know what they're
Okay.
called, but one of the two was like broke completely.
Oof.
And
Yeah, I had no clue.
I had no clue when I talked to the man.
yeah. And it's crazy because the thing that I do remember that was like super scary was when Okada gave him was it the pile driver on the ramp?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
That was right next to you, right?
moments. That was so fun because I screamed at Brian to kick his fucking head in.
Yeah, okay.
Apparently
then he
people
got
heard
got.
me.
I think people did hear you.
I kind of got into it there, guys.
Yeah. Oh, you know what did piss me off during the match is when Brian said it in the ring.
Yeah,
Right?
we were chanting it, man.
He said it in the ring and I was mad because I was the only person in the arena who said it. And it's like, first off, I'm the Okada fan over here. I'm wearing the Okada shirt. Okay.
Like, you guys didn't fucking watch him in the indies?
But you gotta
You guys
say,
don't know?
you gotta say, I'm going to kick his fucking head in with Brian when he says it. Like, what
Yeah.
are you doing? And then I said it with him, and then I cheered and I said, "Woo!" Nobody said anything.
Yeah, so we had a fucking
Bruh.
we had the "you're gonna get your fucking head kicked in" chance. Like, you gotta do it.
Also,
I was
shout out to
like-
those white people for all that rhythm.
Oh yeah. Well, it was hard at first because I know the whole night it was kind of off rhythm, but it was also the stadium is really huge, so a lot of it echoed. So it was hard
Yeah.
to try
That's
to get on
usually
the
what
same
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I give grace in that situation because it's like the sound travels differently, so it's hard to sync up.
Yeah.
But good on y'all for figuring that out.
Yeah, it was I was upset because I literally after I screamed and I was like, "Woo," I heard the silence around me and I was like, "What? None of
should've
y'all
called him
want to
Fickle.
see nobody want to
Fickle.
see Okada get his head kicked in? Really?
Come on, man.
Come on." I literally said that. I said, "Come on."
Fickle fans.
Yeah,
Fickle.
but I think my movie theater was very pro Okada.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
that's good.
the most of the arena was as well. Actually, the arena wanted both. There was at one time a both those guys chant.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
in, like,
yeah.
the
There
I heard it.
was.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Because truly, I could not figure out who the fuck was gonna win.
Yeah. I didn't know either. I was hoping for Okada, but I had no clue.
Bro, I swore Okada was gonna win in my head. I was like,
I had an
"No
inkling it was gonna
way."
be Brian. Just an inkling. I wasn't for real sure, but I was like,
I should have recognized in the moment after Omega lost that Brian would have got the win in the main event.
oh, I never would have put that together.
Like it didn't make sense.
Never would have thought of that.
It didn't make sense for two of their biggest stars to lose, AEW's biggest stars to lose. It made more sense if one big New Japan star went over, and then one big AEW star went over. You know?
But I was seeing people
one-to-one.
say that like Okada benefited more from a loss because it's so shocking that he could use it to his advantage.
Yeah,
rather
I
than
saw that tweet.
Brian lose and then like it wouldn't
This
really
is how we
it.
get Balloon Okada back.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but yeah, like having a loss like this is good for his character.
It is.
Yeah, just to kind of
especially him submitting.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God, he's the
Yeah, that's way more intriguing.
That kills
me.
The
fucking silence that overtook that. What was that like?
It was
being in an arena that was so silent.
We couldn't figure out what had happened. We had seen the thing and we had heard the bell, but we were processing it because we were like, wait, did he tap? Like, what?
Literally.
Did he tap?
Yeah, that's what I was.
That's why we all were. Like,
we were all very confused.
Everybody was in shock.
Everybody was just sat there stunned. Like, did that just happen?
Because like it wasn't really shown well on our end as well, I feel like.
Yeah, because they were facing away from you.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I'm thinking about how they were positioned in the ring. You probably didn't hardly even saw him tap out
at all.
Brian's body was probably in the way.
Yeah. And everyone's standing up, so we're all just like looking at that
screen. Your neck, just trying to figure it out.
And Vaughn is so tiny.
Yeah, I'm very small, guys.
Wow.
Shorty.
That's why I have to be in the front. I can't see anything.
We need to get you ramp side corner.
Corner. Maybe I'll finally make a sign.
Yeah.
They're going to mistake you for a child. They did the first time I went to the AEW one. They gave me candy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. I've seen them pass out candy before. I always get upset because I'm not a child, so they never give me any.
Oh, they only give it to kids? Man, what the fuck? I want candy. What the fuck?
There's like one security guy in particular who's always going up and down the ramp who like gave it. So I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I enjoyed the match.
That was so fun though.
Yeah, it was super.
Yeah, the match was good.
Yeah, up until like the end where it's like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, like what happened?
It was strange.
Really? Yeah, we were very shocked.
Yeah.
Even as we were leaving the theater, we were like, wow, can't believe that happened. That was kind of anticlimactic. Right? Like,
I think the reason I came out of it feeling still good at the end was because once the cameras cut off and everything, Brian literally went to every single person in that front row and on the ramps, like just like shaking hands and like saying hi and being super nice and sweet. That's why like it shocked me when they said that he broke his arm, because you could not tell. He was being the nicest person in the world. He didn't seem hurt at all. He was literally shaking hands and things. Like he talked to a kid that was sitting right next to me and like asking him how he felt about the thing, because apparently it was the kid's first time ever going to a thing. And then when he got to the last person on my ramp, he then doubled back, ran around, and went to the other side of the ramp, and then personally like thanked everyone on that side as well. So he met everyone in the front.
Person.
He was the most humble person. No, that's why it dawned on me for a little bit. The second I realized he played the final countdown, and then I had a weird sense of dread in my being that I was like, oh God.
Is he going to retire soon?
Because people were joking about it when I did the BCC meet and greet at Double or Nothing. Someone's like, well, you got to see Brian while you have the chance, because I was on the fence about it. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And then when I met him, lovely human being. But like, I feel like Tony buying the final countdown, even though that is his indie theme, I was like, fuck me. This man's going to retire soon.
Yeah, it's like,
it
feels like
and I'm going to be upset about it now because I like him.
It feels like the beginning of the end or something.
Yeah, but now that he's injured, it might get postponed, hopefully.
Yeah. Oh,
he might finish out the year.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about like the convulsing thing.
Oh
yeah.
I
could not figure out what that was happening.
Him faking the seizure.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't really catch that live.
It was funny because it was right after Okada giving him the pile driver right on the ramp. Like that was like right there.
Yeah.
And then he's like getting back up on the apron. And before he got to the apron, his body was just lying there still.
Yeah.
But as soon as he got up on the apron is when he started like convulsing. And I
could not figure out what that was.
I looked at my brother and I was like, why is he spasming right now? And I was like, I feel like you should have started this while you were on the floor.
Yeah.
And I would have believed it. I didn't fucking believe it. I was
Like,
like,
you took your
I didn't
time.
either.
nah,
I didn't either.
you just started spasming right now. Like, don't fucking play like this right now. And then he like kept doing it.
Although,
I was like, But the funniest thing to me was that the medical staff came in, right? Like to check on him. And Okada comes and he's like kind of moves him over a little bit. And it looks like
pokes him with a stick.
he's about to push him onto his side, which is like something that we are told is what you should do with people who are having like an epileptic shock or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, he's gonna help him. And then he just picks him up and starts like putting a move on him. And I'm like, oh my god, you dirty bastard. You're so fucking
What an absolute champ.
You're so
Yes.
funny. Oh my god.
Little rat.
I love Okada. He's such a cheeky little shit. I love him so much.
Yeah. I didn't believe that he was. I remember because he had said before that he had a seizure before. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is just him doing like a callback to that. Like he's perfectly fine. Because like I've seen somebody have a seizure. That wasn't it.
Yeah, I'm an idiot, so I did not catch that.
I'm like, he's just faking it as best as he can.
Yeah. But that
Little
made
shits, those two.
yeah. It's just little shits. But so we made it through.
Yeah. About 5 hours later, that's the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I did not realize it wasn't until afterwards Brian was doing a whole speech in the ring, like, and he said like you like what a good crowd, and like you guys were like great the whole 5 hours. I looked around me and I was like, that was fucking 5 hours.
Time flies.
Because I had also like I'd been to multiple shows in that day. I was like, I've been watching wrestling for about 24 hours now. What the fuck?
Honestly.
Best way to spend the day.
Truly.
So have we let out all our feelings?
I think so.
Have we been emotionally supported today?
Absolutely.
I feel like I was.
Well, I'm glad you had fun, Vaughn.
Yeah, I saw Mox. That's emotional support enough for me.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's my Blurbo.
We all got to see our Blurbo on the show.
Yeah.
All our the Blorbos were on the show. We got to enjoy it.
Most of ours lost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what, man? Hangman girlies stay winning, bro.
Hangman came through. Young Bucks came
I was almost
through.
gonna say, oh, I'm like, no, Hangman won. Damn it.
Hey Vaughn, we were together on a Hangman server. Don't even play.
Yeah, we were. Hangman gang.
Hangman gang. Hangman
Yeah,
gang.
once Hangman gang, always Hangman gang.
Exactly. But I think we're set for today. That was fun. I like talking about this.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Podcasts are great, guys. I should be on one. I should make a podcast.
Well,
go for it, kid.
Speaking of podcasts,
Yeah.
Vaughn, where can we find you?
Not on podcasts, that's for sure.
That's a lie.
Not technically. I'm not doing anything new with it, so.
If anything,
oh god, I wrote these all down.
You've probably been a guest star on more podcasts than we have made episodes.
Oh wait, I had to think about that. That might be true. This would, I think, technically be my fourth one now.
See?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe.
Yeah, you've definitely been on more.
This is only our third episode.
Oh no, 5. I think I've been on 5.
There you go.
You're blowing us out of the water.
Yeah, but you've already made more content than me, so.
You're a straight up influencer, and that's a lie.
God. No, am I?
You are.
Am I?
Yeah, you're on the
I don't know what I was thinking about that earlier. I don't know what I could like truly say that I am when it comes to all of this, because I kind of do a little bit of everything and nothing of them good.
Nah, man, people love you.
Do they?
I love you, which is the most important thing.
That is the most. I was gonna say that means more to me than anything else.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet you, and I like you a lot.
It was nice to meet you, because I've been listening to you guys. I tried listening to like bits and pieces, when I was on the plane and stuff like that, and I'm like, you guys are fun.
Thank you.
I love your guys' vibe, especially because it's when you think about like wrestling podcasts and stuff like that, you think about the typical guy ones, and I'm like, no, this is fun. This is like just girls being girls.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's exactly what we were going for.
Yeah.
Like, because you truly understand wrestling better than some other people.
I like to think so.
Yeah, I like to think so too. Better than a lot of the male variety, I think.
You're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
Wow. So your podcast is called Tell Me the Truth.
Oh god. I was trying to avoid that. My podcast is called the Slams Film Festival. It's a podcast where I try to force myself to watch every single WWE studio movie that's ever been made, and it's bad. It's all bad. I haven't really watched a truly good one just yet, and I don't know if I ever will.
We'll get there.
We'll
Whenever
get
a good old Jonathan shows up in one of these, it'll be
yeah,
good.
Emi's gonna join me on, I think it's episode 30, it's like 34 or something. It's
Yeah.
movie 34 out of currently 57, I believe.
Oh, wow.
The
That's
only
gonna
one
take a
I'm looking
while.
forward to. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've made a lot of bad movies.
Oh my God, more than you think. And more like movies that you did not know existed.
Yeah. I think Vaughn's been through what, like 5 already? 5?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I had to go through the Marine.
just
Oof.
listening to like the synopsis of them, I'm like, she's fucking sound terrible.
Oh, they're bad. Oh, I had to start with the Rock trilogy first, and that because those weren't
What trilogy
technically
is?
ones. Well, I fondly call it the Rock trilogy because it's the Scorpion King, the Rundown, and Walking Tall, which were all like the Rock movies.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then I went to See No
Not
Evil,
Walking Tall.
and then I went to the Marine.
Oof, you went through it.
Oh, I did.
I gotta say though, the rundown is pretty good. It's not good, but it's good.
Yeah. See No Evil was kind of fun. I say that you don't have to watch the whole movie, just maybe like the last 30 minutes, because that's when it goes bonkers.
Ooh.
Like it's a dumb slasher, and then it's a dumb slasher at the end. And the acting is bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I just found out in Canada, someone because we were talking about the Marine, and someone told me that they read the movie novelization of the Marine.
What?
So now I have to go on Amazon and try to find whatever that book is because I have to see what the fuck that's about. That's insane that someone wrote the movie novelization of the Marine.
That
I
is
can't believe that
Like
exists.
I'm gonna have to do like a book report. That's like my Slams book report.
Oh my God, that'll be hilarious.
It'll be so bad. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself
Do you want to tell us
for
about
content.
do you want to tell us what your TikTok is or Twitter or
Oh yeah.
whatever ones you would be willing to share?
I wrote them down because I never remember them. So both my personal Twitter and Instagram is xdesustarx. I mostly just like I say my dumb feelings about things, which are always just the most idiotic stuff possible, and mostly talking
Keep
about
those
like
big.
the BCC having a slumber party. Basically, that's what you're getting into.
Yes.
And my TikTok is just Desustar. I do a lot of dumb jokes related to wrestling via TikTok meme sounds, and I don't know what I'm doing there.
But lots of people like them, right?
Apparently, I almost have 10K followers, and I don't know why.
See?
Nice.
That's confusing to me.
That is something.
I don't know why. And I still don't have playlists yet, so I keep telling myself if I get 10K followers, maybe they'll finally give me playlists.
Probably.
Because it's half of my content is just making Steiner math jokes. To the point that I dressed up as Scott Steiner for Halloween.
Nice.
The guy that I went with
Chainmail is very heavy.
Apart from my brother to see Forbidden Door, he convinced me to download TikTok so that he could share videos with me. And I said,
"Do it."
I said I'm only opening TikTok so I can open the videos you send me, okay? I'm not getting on there, okay?
Do it.
Because
add me.
I will add you.
You have to add me.
And that's it. I'll look at your videos too. I'll look at your videos and that's about it. You
don't even have to look at my videos. I'm gonna send you other videos.
Okay.
That are not my own.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna look at the For You page. If I have to look at the For You page, I'm gonna die and I'm gonna just delete the whole thing again. No.
I follow people who make like wrestling like fan cams now, so I'm just gonna send you all of the Hangman ones.
Yes, I'm with that.
I have a folder collection just called Wrestling where I put all of the wrestling related ones on. So I'm just gonna just like DM you all of them. There's so many wrestling thirst traps that I have saved.
Me
that I
too,
know you
dude.
will enjoy.
I feel like I've shown you all of the ones that I have though.
You have. You've shown me a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
send
them.
you all of
I
them.
do show. I show you a bunch. Yeah.
Okay. Maj, what is our social?
You can find us on Twitter and Tumblr at Emotional Support Wrestling.
No. The Twitter is ES Wrestling Pod.
That's right, because Emotional Support Wrestling was too long for Twitter.
Exactly. So Emotional Support Wrestling is the Tumblr.
Yes.
And okay, wait, hold on. I am gonna say this out loud because we have never said it out loud. eswrestlingpod@gmail.com is where you can find us if you just want to yell at us or yell with us or whatever you like. But if you're making it to the end of these 3.5 to 4.5 hour podcasts, because Emiliana doesn't like to cut out too much shit. Okay?
It's hard. It genuinely is hard.
I just don't, and we like to ramble, and I can't keep it down to 1 hour. I'm sorry, that's just not the person that I am. That's
Me
why
neither, man.
That's why I'm paying to have more hours to put up on the platform. So you're getting all the content, okay? So if you enjoy the ramblings, if you make it to the end of this and you have some things to say to us, find us on the Twitter or the Tumblr or email us at eswrestlingpod@gmail.com. Okay.
Could you imagine getting an anon on Tumblr being like, hey, we hate Vaughn?
Damn.
That'd be
So
hilarious.
self-deprecating.
That'd be hilarious though, because like given my reputation on Tumblr, I feel like that's very on par.
Oh, I mean, if they were like a Cody fan, but at that point, it's like, what are you doing?
Oh God, remember that era? Remember that era of all the asks I would get about that? Oh my God, those are the days.
And I just had to sit there defending you, like
now I'm nobody on there.
Yeah, man, me neither.
It's just an endless queue from Vaughn. All the beautiful
It
pale.
really is. Like, 'cause I'm too lazy to do it. I'm too lazy to do Tumblr now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have any complaints about me, come to me. Don't come to them. Because I will find it funny.
Exactly. So,
do it, you cowards.
Yeah, you would be emotionally supporting us by sending.
Oh yeah, I'll take one for the team.
No. I mean like.
Oh, them
people. The people. You would be emotionally supporting us by sending us things and thoughts and stuff you have to say. Okay, because we'd appreciate having some nice things or terrible things to hear from you guys, just to know that you exist. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
And they do exist.
Yeah.
Let us know that you exist.
Look, the podcast tells me the stats on the on the Buzzsprout. Okay, it tells me. I know there's people there. There's people listening.
See, I forget that there's stats.
There are, and we're watching.
Yeah. So, guess that's all for today.
Alrighty. Well, Vaughn, it was great to have you on.
It was great being here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Till next
I'm gonna
time.
end the recording. We still suck at this outro shit.
Oh, I'm terrible at it. If you've ever heard my podcast, I'm always like, well, I guess this is where I leave it. Okay, bye. Like, it's awful. And then I have to cut it and then add my stupid outro to it. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
The worst part
Podcasting
is I wrote something and I still not get through it. All right, Maj, you want to sign us off?
All right, yeah. All right. Let us know if you enjoy the ramblings. We need all the emotional support that we can get. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.